got his phone on him.
Who does?
Gary.
Guys, help me with who is Verl Kendrick. Hey, what is their mascot? All I could find is
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Harrisonville, Missouri. I am Chad Grammer, voice of the Harrisonville Wildcats, and we're ready for some Thursday night football as the Harrisonville Wildcats are taking on the Wayne Hills, New Jersey Patriots. Yes, you heard me right. Wayne Hills, New Jersey, and the Harrisonville Wildcats are going to be playing tonight. We've got a special treat, a JV game for you between the two squads. And then tomorrow night, we got the main course. We've got a Friday night varsity football game between the 10-time New Jersey State champion Wayne Hills, New Jersey Patriots, and your 5-time Harrisonville Wildcat State champions from the state of Missouri. So we've got some good football set to come your way over the next 2 nights. Coach Dimikoff, we got to talk to him a little bit before the game. We're going to have him up at halftime tonight, and he's going to come up and chat with us. We're going to talk about how all this really came together, and it's just an awesome experience. Obviously, an awesome experience for the Wayne Hills Patriots, but also for our Harrisonville Wildcats. You know, it's one of those situations where a lot of high school teams, you know what? You play your conference team each and every year, and you play local schools. Every once in a while, you might get a chance to play a team from a little farther away. And I'll bring in my color commentator here in just about 20 seconds and talk to him a little bit about it. He got to experience that a little bit when his son was in high school as well. And what that was, you got to travel to a couple of different places. I know when Zach was a freshman, we traveled to St. Louis, plays Hazelwood West. Was he in high school when we went to Rogers, Arkansas?
Yes, yeah. That's when he broke his leg as a freshman. Yeah.
So
that was the Hazelwood was the first game. He got to get into the first game for the last play. You know, that kneel down, and then Rogers was a couple of games later, and he went down after surgery and stuff for that one.
So for Harrisonville, it's been awesome. I've been doing this my 15th year. I was talking to Jerry and you the other day, and you guys were kind of asking me. You know, how many games or, you know, how long you've been doing Harrisonville games and such. So my 15th year broadcasting Harrisonville Wildcat football, 17th year overall. I've done 168 Harrisonville Wildcat football games, which is insane to me that I've been here that long that I've done 168 football games. I've done 2 state championship games. I will hit the 200 game mark this year in my career on our 8th game of the season, which would have been Clinton, but, you know, they decided varsity football is not any fun. So
well,
I'll just leave it at that.
You've only got 20 fingers and toes. I'm surprised you could count to 168. I'm sorry,
Absolutely, absolutely. However, this is fun for us. We've got to travel a little bit. We've been to Hannibal multiple times. We've been over to St. Louis. We've been to Rogers, Arkansas. We've been to Augusta, Kansas. Your son's a little young for do that trip, but 2007 we went to Augusta, Kansas, which is a suburb of Wichita. We've been up to Maryville multiple times. So we've got a little bit of travel. Now, we haven't got Wayne Hills, New Jersey travel. Now, they've been to South Carolina, Ohio, Florida, Utah. I mean, you want to talk about a flight. Can you imagine New Jersey to Salt Lake City, Utah? That's a flight. So they've done some little bit more traveling, and we'll kind of get the full background on it. But from what we've learned and heard, the Booster Club really came together for Wayne Hills to get these games rolling. And we'll talk about a lot of it tomorrow night as well. We'll have a lot longer pregame show tomorrow night, but they came together because Wayne Hills, if anybody doesn't know, like Harrisonville fans listening, Wayne Hills is about 20 minutes outside of Manhattan.
That's so everybody will know, Manhattan, that's Manhattan, New York.
Yes, Manhattan, New York. In New York, you know, basically Times Square. So 20 miles, 20 minutes outside of there on the New Jersey side. And there's several private schools in Wayne Hills or close by, from what I hear. A lot of kids were going to the private schools instead of Wayne Hills, which is a public school. Booster Club comes together and said, hey, let's come up with an idea. And they came up with this idea. And it helps. I'm sure it helps when you have a Booster Club and you also have a 10-plus year NFL veteran as an alum. Greg Olson, tight end. A lot of people may have heard that name going, what does he do? He was the tight end for the Carolina Panthers for years, retired. I was hoping he was going to be here. I was hoping we'd get him up here too, but I don't think he got to make the trip this year. But, it starts there. You got that, and then you build this up, and they get to come and travel. And, hey, all the folks not traveling, Gary, hello, Outback Steakhouse in Wayne Hills, New Jersey. Welcome to the broadcast. As Coach was telling us, they're going to be watching the game both Thursday and Friday night, and I said, you all get the Outback Steakhouse. We got Applebee's. So,
yeah, but what a wonderful thing for, the following that I'm sure that they're going to have as far as those that couldn't make the trip. He was talking about how many of the parents and that could and are going to be here tonight. And obviously, as we looked out throughout the stands, we see some of the Wayne Hills fans here, and I'm sure a lot of them are parents. But it's great to be able to provide this because, last year we talked a considerable amount about, COVID and being able to provide a game to the grandparents and the friends and relatives that weren't able to come because a lot of them were either you had nobody or that could attend a game, or you could only have 2 or 4 tickets. And so the nice thing about it is those back home, obviously our hometown is Harrisonville, and where we're going to root for the Wildcats, but we want to provide a good broadcast for both teams, especially tonight. I would like to say one thing, and that is I think we're getting ready to probably do the national anthem either before or after. I would like to take a moment of silence to think of our military overseas. And, we know of at least 12 that we've lost already in a conflict today, in a bombing. And they're in harm's way. We have a lot of military that's over there right now, and I ask that you please keep them in their thoughts and prayers. Their families who are probably going to be getting, somebody coming to their house this evening or tomorrow to let them know that they had lost a loved one. So please keep them in your thoughts and prayers. Not only the ones that we lost today, but also obviously the ones that are still there because they're in harm's way and are going to be there for some time, ensuring the passage of Americans trying to get back home and those that are also supporting Americans.
So tonight's the appetizer. Tomorrow night, the main course. JV kid's going to get some playing time. Awesome that their scout team JV gets to come along. Parents get to come and see this and experience it as well. And we're going to get you names and players as we go along. There's probably going to be a lot of substituting, and we're going to have a game as a backdrop, and we're going to talk some football. We're going to get into the varsity season that starts tomorrow night as well. We're going to talk about our great sponsors. You know some of our stalwarts that have been around. If you don't know who sponsors First Downs for Harrisonville football game broadcast, well, you've never listened to a broadcast before, and welcome to the broadcast, I guess I should say. But we got our old school ones that have been with us since 2016. Last time we won a state title, all the way. We got some new ones on board this year. I just got a phone call about 45 minutes ago from Domino's, and Domino's is on board. We're going to come up with a way to give away a free pizza every Friday night, and we're giving away Sonic with our Sonic kick return contest every Friday night. Cam and Lacey are coming together. They have the teammate of the game. Well, they're competing this year. So we're going to have a competition all year long. Whoever between Lacey and Cam gets the most new insurance quotes gets to give away a gift that they're both putting in together on. And so if Lacey in Shelter gets the most insurance quotes, she gets to give away that cooler that Cam paid half of the money for, or whatever it is they end up giving away. If it's Cam, he gets to give away the cooler that Lacey put in half, or whatever it is they give away. Cooler was the first thing I gave them an idea for, like a tailgate package, but they're going to come up with something cool to give away. And one of them is going to have to come up on the last game of the year and sit here and eat crow, while the other one gets to give away a gift that they paid half for. So we've got that coming up this year. Cody Akins with Akins PC Repair is the exclusive PC repair company of 4Ts, and they came on board this year. We also have Culver's of Harrisonville. not quite done yet. Right next to where Taco Bell is, we got that. We'll talk about all of that. We are getting ready for the opening kick, and it looks like we're going to have Hyatt and Phillips back to return it for the Cats. And
I'll give you a real quick rundown of the starter lineup for Harrisonville. We don't have one for Wayne Hills. Quarterback's going to be Jackson Bechtel. Running backs are going to be Carter Johnston and Sam Droege. Wide receiver Eli Baker. And also Slade Holden. And tight end is going to be Gavin Sartain. We'll get to the line here in just a minute as a kick. Uh-oh.
Not what you want to do on the very first play of the game, and then he just smartly falls on it right there was Brandon Phillips. So as we start this out, I'm going to have Gary write down the numbers for the quarterback and our wide receivers as we've just been up here. We've kind of been everywhere tonight. Shout out to Brenda Forschler, first of all. She made us sloppy joes tonight, and they're amazing. So number one, shout out to her. Oh, also, Brenda, shout out to you for mowing our yard yesterday when we were gone. Brenda is the everything. Tucker Forschler's making his way up here after work. We're just having some fun here. Cats go in the shotgun formation, snap right directly to the quarterback. Right up the middle he goes. That is number 8, Jackson Bechtel. Gets a couple.
Jackson Bechtel.
Brings up a second down and about 8 for the Harrisonville Wildcats as we are underway here.
Second and 7.
So second down, 7 to go. Cats going to go out of that shotgun formation again. Running back next to him in the backfield, back off the end. And they're going to take it off. That's a Wildcat snap. And right up the middle they go. First down and more for number 24, Case Melzer. And he brings up the sticks to the 21-yard line. It is 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Past the 20 to the 21. And we keep on rolling.
They're rotating already for what the starters were. So
we will get you, like I said, we got a game as a backdrop here tonight. Your appetizer tomorrow night. The full course meal will get on at 6:30 tomorrow night as the Wildcats will take on Wayne Hills Patriots from New Jersey. Another handoff, Melzer, and he's off the right side, right end. He gets about 5, and he's tripped up by a host of Patriots. It'll bring up second down and 5 for the Wildcats on this Thursday night JV football special from Harrisonville.
I'll try to get you some defensive tackles as we go. It's hard trying without – I got binoculars, but trying to watch the game.
And everything running back walking up the stairs there, Jace Reynolds, who will be in action tomorrow night. 5,000 yards in the last 2 years for that kid in a little less or a little more than 20 games. Melzer, another big run past the 40 and up to the 41-yard line. They're going to mark him right at the 40.
13-yard carry by.
So Melzer with the run again, and he's been their go-to after that first series there. Play coming in from the sideline. Bechtel gets it. Going to take it into the huddle. It'll be Bechtel in the backfield. He's got Melzer to his left, back off the end. Wide receiver to the right side. And, yeah, I saw that one. They wanted to pull really fast on that one, Gary, and it was going to be they were pulling and they were going counter on it as well. And they got a little excited about that play. I'm wondering if that one's worked a couple times in practice.
I would say it probably has, and it always works probably a lot better when you're able to pull a little bit quicker than the count.
Absolutely. So we got this JV game tonight. We were talking about the varsity game tomorrow night. We will have 15 state titles between the two teams tomorrow night. And anytime you get two teams with 15 state titles between the two of them, you're probably going to have a heck of a football game. Little spin move by Bechtel, and he switches arms, gets ripped off by his helmet. Another 15 yards on the face mask, or horse collar it almost looked like as well. So that'll put them into Patriot territory. So we'll see what the flag is, but I'm pretty sure, personal foul, face mask, that'll be 15 more, and the Cats will be in Wayne Hills territory. This will move it all the way down to about the 42-yard line, I believe. We'll see where they mark it.
15-yard penalty will result in a Harrisonville
Down to the 41, so it'll be 1st and 10 Cats all the way down to the 41. Bechtel brings his team to the line of scrimmage, has his running back Melzer next to him. Off the end is Johnston. And here we go on 1st and 10 for the Cats with 8:20 to go here. First quarter, they're going to go in around
counter.
right up the middle, and the counter goes for big yardage all the way down to the 19-yard line.
Slade Holden with the carry.
And you know, Gary, here's something to think about, and you just toss it out there. Couple of things. Number one, scouting teams that are 1,400 miles away. It's a little easier than it used to be, obviously, with huddle and everything. However, I'll get to it here after this next play. Shotgun formation, Bechtel back there, and it's going to be a direct snap to Droege.
And
Droge's got a
good block
corner
out there.
Out at the 1.
Half-yard line.
18-yard run, and he'll be out of bounds. It'll be 1st and goal, Wildcats with 7:58 to go. What I was going to say is, I don't know if you remember about 7 or 8 years ago, Webb City played Rockhurst 2 years in a row. They beat Rockhurst 2 years in a row. Now, we'll get to the reasoning where I'm going with this after this series here, because we got all night. We got some football to go, and we're having some fun. And there's an end around. He's going to get to the corner. Bechtel, corner, end zone, touchdown, Wildcats. 7:53 to go, first quarter, and Bechtel in for a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Cats lead 6-0. So 6-0, great opening drive by the JV.
Getting ready to say, the coach has got to be happy with this drive. You know, they went all the way from about the 6-yard line.
94-yard drive, took up 4 minutes, 7 seconds on the clock, and they punch it in 4-6. And they're going to go for 2 here. Bechtel with Droege in the backfield on the extra point attempt. And they're going to give it to Droege. Droge's going to waltz into the corner, and it's 8-0 Wildcats. We're going to take a quick timeout. Welcome to everybody watching. We'll be back after this.
7:53 left in the
Sherwood Community Bank is the hometown bank with all the big bank perks. Internet banking, auto, home, boat, and farm loans. You can get it all at one of their 4 convenient locations in Urick, Creighton, Garden City, or Harrisonville. Checking or savings account all you need? Don't worry. Sherwood Community Bank has you covered there as well. Stop going to the banks where you're just an account number. Go to Sherwood Community Bank where you're part of the family.
And tell them Braxton sent ya.
Welcome back. 7:53 to go here. First quarter of this JV action on a Thursday night. The Harrisonville Wildcats, the Wayne Hills, New Jersey Patriots in battle. Awesome scenario coming up here for this 2 nights. And I want to give a shout out to one of our great sponsors, Excalibur Contracting. Couple of reasons. Number one, Mike also helps or works for ABCO, which is our maintenance provider for Harrisonville schools. And if you see Mike Johnson around town, first of all, you should know who Mike Johnson is going around town because he's got a 6-door, bright blue Ford pickup truck. However, if you see him around town, you need to thank him for the work he put in this summer at these facilities. And I truly mean that from the bottom of my heart. That guy just goes out and gets stuff done. We had to tear the track out this summer, and they were just going to lay it down and resurface and put new track down. And that's picked up by Wayne Hills, New Jersey. They're going to bring it back to the 2025, go to the outside, and a good wrapped up open field tackle on the far side of the field by number 33, Michael Moore.
And that was Justin, and I know I'm not going to be able to pronounce his last name.
I'm going to say Wojciechowski.
It ends with a ski.
I'm going to go with Wojciechowski. We're hoping that's what it is. So Mike, when they tore up the track, they had no idea what kind of surface was underneath it, and it was way worse than they thought that it could ever imagine. They thought there was no way they were even going to have asphalt down before this first game, and they got it done. And they still got to resurface and put the new track over the top of it, but he was able to get that done. And where I'm going with that with Mike and Excalibur, we're going to talk about it here in a minute, is a little bit of communication issues for Wayne Hills. They got a wide receiver to your left, two to your right.
And
Running back comes back.
Quarterback's Tyler Dimikoff.
I wonder if that's Coach's son. And right up the middle they go on a run. Ball on the ground. That was 28. Looked like, or no, 26. Sorry, Josh Bake. Gets about 4 or 5 yards. We're going to give him about 5. But what I was going to say about Mike, Excalibur Contracting brought out our great barbecue joint in town, Branding Iron Barbecue, and has made sure both teams will have a meal after the game so that they can have kind of a social and get to know each other after this football game. Hats off to him for doing that. Everybody can go over there and you can kind of mingle with the Wayne Hills fans as well and just see how things go. Right up the middle they go again is back.
Number 26 on the carry again.
And right up the middle he goes. It's going to be a third down and about half a yard here. So third and short coming up for Wayne Hills.
Number 38, Slade Holder.
So as we were talking about before, we were talking about Rockhurst and Webb City. For the Wayne Hills fans that are listening, they're probably like, I have no idea what that means. Rockhurst, a Class 6 private school with probably 7-8 state championships under its belt. Webb City, one of the best mid-class size schools in the nation. Yeah, I will use the word nation as they go. And right up the middle they go. First down for Wayne Hills up to about the 42-yard line. And again, that is back up to the 42. And Webb City has 15 state titles. They played each other in a home-and-home series. Well, Webb City runs a split back veer offense. Very hard to practice for. Very hard to get, if you have a team that runs it well, very hard to get the timing down.
And they've been running it ever since that they were in diapers, basically.
Yes, absolutely. They started in their youth program. Great hustle to the ball by the Wildcats. 3 Wildcats there, including Melzer. Back goes down a little bit hard right there, and Caps trying to help him up. That was last one up off of it, 75, Andrew Arnold. And Melzer in on that as well for the Cats, brings up second down and 10. However, Webb City won both of those games, and Webb City's are amazing talent with their split back veer. But one of the things that a lot of locals talked about was, one of the reasons was Coach Severino at that time wasn't going to spend 3 or 4 weeks prepping them for the split back veer because they're going to see pro style and West Coast style offenses all year. And you can't in a week prep for that. The reason I say that is the Cats are on it, back in the backfield, sacked. Cats come up big. 75, Andrew Arnold says not today on that one. And it's a huge sack for the Cats, pushes them back to the 36-yard line. So where I was going with that on that first Cat drive, they have a lot of that misdirection. We do a lot of that veer type offense. And that might be an offense that Wayne Hills is not used to seeing. So it could be hard for them to prep for that if they run it correctly and run it the way they did that first drive.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So it brings up third down and 15 for the Patriots from their own 37-yard line.
Like they're probably going to do a water break. Oh, no. Wayne Hill's calling a timeout.
Wayne Hill's going to call a timeout on third down and long. We'll take a quick timeout as well. Thanks for joining us on Thursday night for some high school football, JV style.
One of Harrisonville's oldest and its most reliable realtors, American Heritage Realtors. With almost 40 years of experience, they will take all the stress out of buying and selling a home. Add in being the #1 seller of properties on Zillow, and American Heritage should be the only call you make when you're ready to buy or sell your home. Experience, reliability, and results. That's American Heritage Realtors next to Sonic on South Commercial Street.
Guess what? We're hiring at Culver's. That means if you're up for welcoming families with coworkers who feel like family, and you have a thing for fresh frozen custard, and for growing your career in a place you can be proud of, with a schedule that makes you smile, like, say, cheese curds smile, you're our kind of people. So join the Culver's team. Learn how you can build so much more than butter burgers. Apply at culvers.jobs.
Hi, welcome to Culver's.
Hello and welcome back. 4:13 to go here, first quarter. Coach, I say coach. It's always going to be Coach Maxwell. He's talking about what Wayne Hills was doing, and Coach Dimikoff called me last night on their way home, and we got to talk a little bit. We got to talk to him before the game. So they came in yesterday, and when they got here yesterday, Gary, they headed to Missouri Western and got to practice at Missouri Western, and then they got to go to Arrowhead and take a tour of Arrowhead. I would imagine that was all kind of congregated with the Chiefs, considering they built the practice facility at Missouri Western. So they got to do that. And then today, we'll get to that after this one, and that's a whole nother story, Gary. All right, here we go on 3rd and long. Looking on that wheel route, and Cats say, nope, we're right there. Brendan Phillips from behind. A sack, and it's 4th down and long for the Patriots. Cats are going to get the ball back after a punt here.
He was on a blitz coming from the weak side, backside, and really Dimikoff really had no chance at all to get that ball off.
And Gary, here's something we haven't got to talk about the Wildcats. We talked a lot about Wayne Hills, and rightfully so. This is an awesome experience for everybody. Our Wildcats have 32 freshmen out. Well, actually 33 at least, because one of the freshmen I know is not on this JV roster, and he will be playing significant amounts of football tomorrow night, and that is Jace Reynolds' little brother, Nate, who by all accounts is just as good as Jason. I give Jason a little bit of a hard time. I say he might end up being better than you. And that is not good. That goes over the head and into the end zone, and that's not what you want to do. And he picks it up and punts it. And the Cats are going to let it roll. Hey,
it wasn't a bad. I was gonna say kick it out of the end zone, take 2 points. Give the Cats 2 points and then free kick it. But
hey, good job by the punter for getting that off. We'll see who the punter was there. I can't tell. Is that 14?
14.
Yeah, so number 14, Guy Giordano, got it off and at least got it back to the original line of scrimmage there, about the 36, and that's where the Cats will take over. And I totally forgot what we were talking about there a while ago, Gary, because all the excitement. We had at least 33 freshmen. I was talking about Jace Reynolds' little brother, Nate, who's a freshman, who is, by all accounts, going to be a superstar by the time he's all said and done. One of the names one of the names they toss around that he's like, as there goes a snap and then a cut back.
Bryce Harper
there, going to bring up 2nd down at about 9. The name that a lot of people around here remind him of, Morgan Salamaya. Those pretty big shoes to fill. Helped the Cats win a state championship in 2016, is a senior at Pitt State, preseason All-American at Pitt State, very good football player. So if you're going to get named in those when you're a freshman, you better
you're in good company.
You better keep working, because you got to keep that up. 2nd down and 10 coming up for the Cats here. Bechtel in the backfield, and he's got Harper back there. He hands off to Harper, and Harper finds a little bit of a seam, but closed up quick.
Tackle by
that was
number
the
8.
Safety, A.J. Anzaldi. And, man, we're going to have a tutoring for these names. We apologize. I know if you guys are back listening in New Jersey, watching in New Jersey, we're going to get there for you, especially by tomorrow night for sure, as we're running through these. But that was a great close on him to get over there into that hole, Gary, because he closed it up fast, and now it's 3rd and long for the Cats.
Their interior is number 55, Brandon Liederman, and on the left side is number 54, Chris
Balduzzi. I like that name. I like that. 3rd down and 9 coming up. We got a whistle.
And then on this side is going to be number 8. We've had that number before, and that's going to be A.J. Anzaldi, who just made a tackle the last one. So that's going to be their line. And number 51 is going to be Andrew Sabeth. So that's going to be their defensive line. I'll get to the linebackers in just a minute and kind of get their names out so you'll all be able to hear them back home.
So 3rd down and 9 coming up here. Wayne Hill's trying to get a stop after the punt attempt, and the Cats going to fire it out in the flats. They get it open. They get the open receiver, Carter Johnston, but another good open field tackle on 3rd down there.
And that was number 23, I think, and that's going to be Robert Liskowski.
You know, the first thing I did when I got the roster the other day is I went down the height and weights just to see how we matched up.
You should have went down the names because
and I did. I didn't go. I was like, I didn't go down the name side, and I probably should have.
Okay, your interior linebackers are 29 and 16. To 29 is, well, I don't have him on the roster. 19 is Adam
Helwani.
Helwani.
Timeout Wildcats.
Number 1 is Ryan White.
So on a 4th down, timeout called with about 51.4 seconds to go here in quarter number 1. Cats lead 8-0. Big 4th down coming up. We'll be right back.
There are a ton of choices for home appliances, but only one you need to know. That's Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center in Harrisonville. Today, it's more important than ever to support small business. Troby's prides themselves on American-made appliances, competitive prices, and unmatched service from installation to service calls if any issue may arrive. Troby's is your hometown appliance center.
Next time you're in the market for a home appliance, think Troby's first on Plaza Drive right behind Hawthorne Bank.
All right, welcome back. 51.4 seconds ago, we got a timeout on the field. Cats lead 8-0. Have it in Wayne Hills territory down to the 35-yard line of Wayne Hills. Got good field position after a muffed snap into the end zone. Credit to Wayne Hills for getting it off as they were able to get the punt off and get it back in respectable territory. And now they've held on 3 downs. And they have a chance to stop them on a 4th down stop. 4th down and 8, or going to call it, just about 8. 4th and 8 coming up. Bechtel in there along with Harper in the backfield in the shotgun. Backs off the end. They're going to fake and now look to pass. And here goes the throw. Not enough mustard on that one as Bechtel is leveled in the backfield. It'll be incomplete, and Wayne Hills will take over on downs at their own 35-yard line.
Wayne Hills will take over 1st and 10. On their own 34-yard line.
So here we are, 1st and 10 for Wayne Hills from their own 34-yard line. 45.6 seconds to go here in quarter number 1. The Cats lead the visiting Wayne Hills Patriots 8-0 here late in the first quarter of play. So it's going to be a shotgun formation here. And right up the middle they go with it. That is to Giordano.
Number 14 on the
Makes it back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 9. So 2nd and 9 coming up. Getting the play from the sideline.
That's the same one. That's what you said. Just call him Woj. Yeah, Woj. Yeah, you can
right up the middle on the handoff there. And I cannot tell. Let me ask Tucker here. Is that number 8 or number 9 their quarterback? Because they do have 8 and 9 on it. And if it's 9, that is Tyler Dimikoff. If it's 8, it would be AJ Anzaldi. So we may make Tucker zoom on in on that here after this one and double check. They got those maroon numbers on that dark gray, and it does not stick out as well as I would like. I think that just means I might be getting a little bit too old. So here we are, end of one. Cats lead 8-0. We're going to flip-flop sides here and go back the other way. Want to talk about our great sponsors. We were talking about that beforehand. We've had some great new sponsors come on, and we've also had some of our old stalwarts come on as well. And we'll go over those. We'll go over those here as we go through the first quarter. I might pull them up on my. That'd probably be a smart idea since it's right in front of me here, and talk about all of our great sponsors because, of course, we don't want to forget about any of our great sponsors. So we are ready for second quarter action. Wayne Hills comes out. They're going to go from the south to the north, or as you're watching on your sets at home or computer, phone, whatever it might be, they're going to go from your right to your left. Second quarter action set to come your way. 2 wide receivers to your right, 1 to your left. Shotgun formation back next to the quarterback in the backfield on a second down and 10. So here we go on second down. They're going to pass it out in the flats. They got a man open. Good open field tackle right there to meet him on the hit. Well, I do not have him on my roster. That is number 34. They said John Mann on that, but it was 34. So at number 9, Tyler Dimikoff on the pass, the junior signal caller for Wayne Hills. You're going to go 3 wide receivers now. Going to go trips out to your left-hand side, a wide receiver to the right. Oh, it is fourth down, so they're going to punt. I did not see the punter back. I thought they were in shotgun formation. So Wayne Hills is going to punt it away and a whistle. And I really hope they were not offsides there, because if they are, that is going to give Wayne Hills a first down. So talking about our great sponsors, of course, Sherwood Community Bank, they've been around since the beginning in 2016 when we basically kind of 4 T's formed, and we followed them all the way to the state championship. Sherwood Community Bank's been on Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center. I was joking earlier, if you don't know who does our first downs on Friday nights, it's Troby's. That's another Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center first down. Think Troby's first. When you think home appliances, you should know that from the get-go. And we'll go through several more here as we get the punt, little short snap. Cats almost get to it. They do get it off. And now a muff by the Cats, able to fall on it back there, or the Wildcats. And that was number 17, Brandon Phillips. It'll be a first down and 10 for the Cats from their own 33-yard line. New for us this year, Aikens PC Repair, the exclusive PC repair company of 4 T's. That is Aikens PC Repair. They're right a stone's throw from here over at the 4-way stop. And Cody does a great job over at Aikens PC Repair. Of course, American Heritage Realtors and Carol Looney, who's the owner there. Colby's Car Clinic. Colby's been around since the beginning. Young's Tire and Young's Automotive. William, Michelle Young, great sponsors, have been around since the beginning. Stafford and Stafford Insurance, of course. Susie Q, back on board as we have false start by the Cats. Susie Q, they were around. They sold, and Jeremiah and Kelly Reynolds bought that. The Susie Q, they have the Wildcats in there. They're the official post-game headquarters. The team's going to go over there. A lot of the guys are going to go over after the game. They're going to pop it up on the big screen, and they're going to rewatch the game on a Friday night. So that's really cool for them as well. Of course, CPSK Insurance, Church and Dwight, right outside of town here. If anybody don't know a Church and Dwight, that is Arm & Hammer, shotgun formation for the Cats. Here comes the handoff, cut back, and into the secondary on his horse is Melzer, all the way up to the 41-yard line. He gets 8 on that one, and it's going to bring up a second down, and actually he's going to have 13 because they had the 5-yard penalty, and it brings up a second down for the Wildcats here. And if you're wondering why you haven't heard Gary, thankfully we had a couple of Wayne Hills parents come up and tell us how to actually pronounce some of these names. So I appreciate them all back here getting all the names straight for us. And welcome to Harrisonville, guys. Third down coming up, second down, and there's a misdirection. Cat still on his feet. That is down the sideline. Holden, he's on his feet to the 30, to the 20, wrapped up and taken down inside the red zone down to the 19-yard line. And that is first and 10, 37-yard run right there by the Wildcats. And that's a Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center first down. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances. And for all those in Wayne Hills, and you hear these local companies, we thrive on local businesses here in Harrisonville. We're a stone's throw from Kansas City. You can get to the city, and you can go to the big box stores. Troby's Maytag is a perfect example. They are a home appliance center here in Harrisonville, and they've been around for generations, and they do an amazing job. We've bought 3 sets of washer and dryers over the last however many years. And there's Melzer, picks up the snap. Then there's a flag. Melzer's going to go to the end zone, but I think this one's coming back, as there was a flag at about the 19, and it is a hold, and it will come back. So Cats will have to do it again here. And 2 sets of washer and dryer. When me and my wife first got together about 12 years ago, we bought, when you get together as a couple, beginning, you don't have a ton of money. We're like, we got to have a washer and dryer. We went and got the Estate brand, which is like an off-brand, $100, $150 a piece. Used them for about 8 years. Decided we wanted to upgrade. Mama wanted some new Maytags, and we've got 2 gigantic Maytags now, and they work amazingly. Earlene, Stacy, all of them over there at Troby's Maytag. They do an amazing job in this community as we're just going through all of our different sponsors. Hawthorne Bank, of course, is on board as well here, local bank for the Wildcats. Again, shotgun formation. It's going to be second down or first and 20, and Bechtel going to take it the opposite way, spins out of a tackle and down the sideline, going to get a gain of about 5, going to bring up second down and about 15. Now, we were talking about Church and Dwight. That is Arm & Hammer. We have a giant Arm & Hammer warehouse outside of town. They make Arm & Hammer detergent, OxyClean, all that good stuff out there. Sonic, Ed and the owner at Sonic there, amazing again. Tomorrow night we'll start New Year, new kick contest. If somebody returns, or if the Wildcats return a kick for a touchdown tomorrow night, somebody will win a $10 Sonic gift card. If they don't, it'll increase $10 every week until there's a return or the last game of the season. Regular season, we will give away a $150 or $100 to $150 gift card. And there we go. Bechtel's going to fire it deep, overshoots his target there. And that'll be incomplete, bring up third down and long. That is Addison Inge. And I'll tell you, if he would have just kept running there, he would have ran right into a touchdown. Third down and long coming up. Culvers of Harrisonville coming to town. There's a flag on the play here. We'll see, and that looks like that might have been a late hit on Bechtel because this one's going all the way down to the 12-yard line, and they're moving the change. So I think that was a personal foul. Bechtel was kind of slow getting up there, and it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Cats outside the 10-yard line. So Culver's coming to town here in a couple of months. Start looking for getting online at Culver's Jobs and get yourself involved with Culver's as they're going to be hiring here soon. And this is a handoff to Melzer. He cuts back inside the 10 and wrapped up at about the 8-yard line, 7-yard line. And that was a good open field tackle by Ryan White. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Max Motors of Harrisonville, Butler, Nevada. They have like 8 or 9 locations now, but main location here in Harrisonville. Atkinson Funeral Home. Sherwood Heating and Cooling, Show Me Auto Mall, C-Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing, the official outfitter of the Harrisonville Wildcats. We have 5 or 6 different polos that Cindy has made us over the last couple of years, and we got a flag on the play. And that is on the Cats, so it'll push them back. Was a 2nd and 5 inside the 10. It'll push them back to a 2nd and 10, back where they were at about the 13. So the Cats have had some good drives. The last drive stalled out after they got the punt. That drive was not good. This drive has been pretty solid as well, starting on their own side of the field. But now a couple of penalties here, going to bring up 2nd down. Melzer next to Bechtel in the backfield. Shotgun formation for the Cats. And it's a direct snap and then a handoff the backside and a good read by Wayne Hills right there. Coming in strong like Capello as he cut it off on the counter. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 11. So Melzer hands off the backside for Holden, and it was snuffed out. Brings up 3rd down and 11 for the Cats from their own, or from the Wayne Hills 13, 5:15 to go. Good to get this game out of the way tonight, though. Get all that rust knocked off. I haven't called a football game in about 9 months. Shotgun formation. Now Melzer on the right side of Bechtel on 3rd down, and we have another whistle. And that's on the Cats, another 5-yard penalty. And this is what we were talking about. The second drive didn't go anywhere for the Cats. This drive has gone well, but now they're stalling out down inside the 20 to 18. Of course, you got to figure it's 4-down territory with the JV game. You probably don't have a kicker out there. So you're probably going to go, you get half of it back here. You go for it on 4th and 8, try to get in the end zone. We have 5 minutes to go here, first half of this one. It is 8-0 Wildcats. And here we go. And Bechtel's going to fire it. He's got a man, overshoots him by about a yard or 2. That was Slade Holden. And it'll bring up 4th down and about 15. So 4th down and 15 coming up. 4:43 to go here in the first half. Gary joins me again. Well, we may let Gary talk. Let me turn his mic on here. 4th down coming up, and we'll talk to Gary after this one. That one skips to Melzer, and he still gets to the outside of the 20-15. Is he going to get to the corner? And 5.
Got out of bounds. Got a 1st down.
1st down on 4th and long. And it'll be a 1st and goal for the Cats. Again, moving the ball well. It kind of stalled out a little bit, but they were able to get it on 4th and long. Gary, what were you going to say now?
I've really had an opportunity to speak to a couple of the Booster Club, and I'll mention them. Everybody back home will obviously know them. Ben Costello and Mario Brunetti. Brunetti had a son that graduated last year, so he's still part of the booster club from Wayne Hills, New Jersey. Ben Costello's got a son, and we'll get to this in just a minute, but his son's number 21. He'll be playing tomorrow night.
All right, first and goal for the Cats. Snap, handoff, Melzer, goal line.
Boy, that's a good stop by the nose. Whoever.
And Wayne Hills able to stuff him at about the goal line. Good effort by Melzer, just not quite in there. Gary's going to look right on that interior line of Wayne Hills as they were able to snuff that one out. And Bechtel's still hurting a little bit. He took a couple of licks on this drive, and I think those ribs might be a little sore.
My apologies if it wasn't him, but number 74, he was the big guy that I think was in there. Ramsey.
Now, Gary just got all these names he
Are
said.
you kidding me?
Kubelvik. We're going to go with Kubelvik.
That's right.
And Cats are in the end zone, 4-6 there. Punch it in the second time. Lead 14-0, and I believe that was Melzer again on that one.
So, yeah, I had a wonderful time talking to them, talking about tomorrow night, and as far as some of the things that are going on, a little bit about their program, their booster club, obviously, is providing a lot of assistance, it sounds like, for, these games that they play outside of the state of New Jersey. And had a wonderful conversation. Hopefully they'll be back up tomorrow night, and we'll be able to spend some more time talking to them, as well as hopefully if he doesn't come up, I'm going to go run him down, and we're going to get their head coach up here because he's got some really interesting stuff and stories and stuff to talk about.
So
and,
Bechtel spins out there, was going to try to run it in, not going to get there. And again, Bechtel just favoring those ribs a little bit. I think he took a couple licks there. But nevertheless, Cats lead 14-0. We'll keep it right here with you, and we'll talk a little bit more about what you got to talk about.
Yeah, they well, obviously they're looking forward to tomorrow night. There's hopefully going to be, they're trying to determine as far as where their fans are going to sit. Obviously, if you're watching the camera, the visitor stands, which are the first year we've had stands on the visitors on the opposite side, they're going to be they're in the sun, and they're going to be in the sun most of the game. So we're trying to talk them into being over here with us, over here, and where our visitor section has been in the past here on the south side of the complex. But really, we were just kind of talking about a lot of things other than just football because I really enjoyed it. I'm glad they came up. He came over and he started rattling off these names, and I'm saying, boy, they come off your tongue a lot easier than they come off ours, I can assure you. And I'm afraid that we're not going to get them right, but at least you're going to be seeing your sons, your grandsons, your best friends, or whatever on the field tonight and tomorrow night because from what I understand, talking to the head coach, every student athlete here from Wayne Hills is going to make it on the field, and hopefully we're going to mention their name at some point in time throughout our broadcast so you can at least hear their name because I know what it's like to hear your son's or grandson's name on the air.
And, I'll toot the guy's horn next to me a little bit and his son's horn. I've known Gary for years, got to know him really well. Gary's son, Zach Davidson, played here. One of the best quarterbacks to ever come out of Harrisonville. Gary will say, well, there's
a lot of good quarterbacks.
When we start talking quarterbacks at Harrisonville, the first one that comes to my mind, Kelly Donahoe. And then Sean Ransburg, of course. And then there's been many others. But Zach's up there. Zach ended up being a walk-on at K-State University. Got into a few games his redshirt freshman year. Is that right?
Yes.
Redshirt freshman year. I'll tell you what, and I might have been the most damn excited person during the one game. It was KU versus K-State, and all of a sudden they're like, now into the quarterback for K-State, Zach Davidson. I was like, I know this kid. So, for me that was exciting to see, and as a dad, I can't imagine what you were feeling at that time. So I've known Gary for years. After Zach graduated, he was like, man, I need something to do on Friday nights. So he joined me up here in the booth, and we've been doing it for the last 5
good
years.
Kick.
Great kick by the Cats back inside the 10, and it is muffed by Wayne Hills. They're going to be able to pick it up, 15, and the Cats wrap him up and take him down. Go ahead, Gary.
It's a guy, Grando is the one that returned the kick.
And Mark Gregg there on the tackle, able to wrap up and take him down quickly. So, it's just there's a fraternity when it comes to Friday Night Lights. So, you as a dad, them as a dad, being able to talk about that and stuff, and just an amazing situation for these Wayne Hills kids to be able to do every single year. And
Oh yeah, I mean, getting the opportunity to come out and travel across the nation, like Utah and Midwest, Harrison, to Harrisonville. Where is Harrisonville? I mean, you obviously got to look it up on a map if you're from Manhattan, New York.
Well, and here's the thing: how many people say from Wayne Hills? So in Harrisonville, most of the time when you're out of town. And we got a 1st and 10 coming up for Wayne Hills at their own 12 shotgun formation. 2 wide receivers, 2 to your right, 1 to your left. And right up the middle they go. Cats able to snuff it out after a gain of about 3 or 4 there. That looked like number 36. But I don't see that on.
Well, I was going to say Jared Santa is in there at quarterback. I've been talking, so I didn't know whether or not he was had come in before or not.
And yeah, so it's just I totally lost my train of thought. Hey.
That's the second time tonight you've done that, or third.
Well,
maybe fourth. I don't know.
I won't get into why, maybe, possibly. 2 wide receivers to your left, 1 to your right. Shotgun formation again. There's the handoff. Cats right there. Wrap up, takedown. Right there. That was Shrout. Looked like Jackson Shrout, the first one in there. And actually, no, that wasn't. That was Tyron Samples in there on that tackle. And it brings up 3rd down and long for the Patriots of Wayne Hills.
And that was Josh Beck again running the ball. I think he's the one that ran it last time. A couple of their linemen, number 66 is Dean Wilkie. 74 is Ramsey Kubasik. I'm sorry. 69.
And then we also had Ryan Lee is in there.
And Lorenzo Capello.
If anybody noticed, I picked out the
easy one.
Ryan Lee. As we were talking, it's 3rd down and long. We got a timeout on the field. We'll stay real quick here. I remember what I was going to say. A lot of times us being from Harrisonville, we're about 20 minutes from Kansas City proper or Kansas City metro area. So a lot of times you're out of state. People are like, where are you from? You like Harrisonville. They're like, where's that? You go, Kansas City. So I wonder how many people from Wayne Hills say 20 minutes from Manhattan or New York.
Probably so. I probably would.
One of those situations like that. As we got a little bit of time again, I talked about it a little bit in the pregame. I don't know if they had it on or not at that point in time, but all the folks back in Wayne Hills watching, welcome to our broadcast. We look forward to the rest of tonight and tomorrow night's broadcast. And, hey, welcome to all those folks sitting in Outback Steakhouse watching tonight, cheering on their Patriots as well. I'm sure there's alumni, kids, everybody. So welcome to all you guys watching there as well, as it's been awesome so far tonight.
By the way, I like mine medium to medium rare. So if anybody wants to ship me one from tonight, that's good. I mean, I love it.
Overnight it, as long as they're here before the game tomorrow night, we love it. All right, here we go. Shotgun on 3rd down. He rolls out, tosses, and a flag was thrown. Maybe a little bit of holding on the interior of the line there as they call the flag. We'll see. And it looks like he is pointing back that way. So that 3rd and long becomes even longer and deep in their own territory.
Adam Helwani with the reception, if it would stand, but it doesn't look like it's going to.
One of the interesting things, talking to Coach Dimikoff before the game when we were down there, is he said, this is different for our kids that are playing tonight because they call them the scout team. Well, he goes, it's kind of one of those things. It's like, okay, you go to guard, you go to tackle, you go to center, and you play here, you play here, you play here. So that's a little bit harder going into a game situation, I'm sure. And then them playing before the varsity, usually for us, our JV plays on the Monday night following the varsity game. So them being able to get the first game of the year, a lot of just new irregularities here in the game tonight.
It is, and they're not used to practicing together, as you said, at certain positions the whole time. So they're going to be mixing and matching a little bit. So you are seeing some of that occasionally when maybe you see a mix-up or whatever. That's probably what it is.
Well, and that led me back to the special teams on that punt. Went about 20 yards over the punter's head, and into the end zone. And then now we had a hold here. So what I was going to say is this could be iffy territory for Wayne Hills here because they're at their own 8-yard line, and if they don't get a first down here on 3rd and long, they're going to have to punt again deep in their own territory.
Yeah, and you also go 3 timeouts left, 2 minutes left in the game. Well, now the clock's running at 1:43. So if I'm Wayne Hills, if Harrisonville doesn't call a timeout, I'm letting the clock run on this 3rd down. Now, will Harrison call? Normally, you probably would, playing this strategy, call timeout. So,
you know what's awesome here too is, and this is nothing bad about the JV playing or the varsity playing, but what I see out there, and here we go, that ball's on the turf. He's got to fall on it at the 4, and it's going to be 4th down for Wayne Hills, and that was Josh Beck, who was not able to corral that snap. So it's going to be a 4th down, and Wayne Hills is going to have to punt here with 1:15 to go here in the first half. We got a timeout, but we're going to keep it right here because my producer is vanished. So I'm not sure where he's at. We're going to have to get these kids wrangled up over here, though. Jerry and Tucker not wearing the right colors tonight. What I'm going to do with these two. Tucker's like, I just got off of work, man. So 1:15 to go here in the first half of play. Ball at the 5. Gary, what I was going to say is, usually on a Monday night.
They called a timeout, didn't
they? They called a timeout. Usually on a Monday night, your varsity kids don't stick around for the game. They do their film study. They have a little bit of a practice. They're going home. But if you look down on the sideline, you see all the varsity kids down there. They think this is just as cool as everybody else does. And I think, and hey, Harrisonville Boost Club members, Harrisonville community, let's do a home and home.
Oh, we talked about, we obviously talked to the coach before.
Let's go to New Jersey next year and do this all over again. And how awesome would that be for all of them and, selfishly for us as well?
Right. Well, Paul, if you're listening, Paul Minching, superintendent of schools. We've got Maxwell on board, I think. I mean, I'm not, he obviously knows he's got to report through you, but he would love to have the opportunity to be able to, did he block it or did he just miss it?
They blocked the punt. The punter picked it up and took off. I thought he might kick it again, but he got out of the end zone. At that point, he probably should have took the safety because he got it out to the 2, and now the Cats have 1:07, 3 timeouts, and a 1st and goal at the 3.
Anyway, Mr. Minching, you think about it. I mean, obviously talk to your booster club. I mean, obviously they can help raise the money, at least assist in that. We would love to go out to Wayne Hills and do a one-to-one with them. If not next year, in a couple of years. So.
Oh, absolutely. It'd be really cool to be able to do something like that. So it's 1st and goal for the Cats. They're going to hand off, cut back, inside, and there's going to be a flag ball on the turf as well, I believe. And I think Wayne Hills comes out of there with it. They're pointing that they've got it.
Unless he was down before the fumble. But Wayne Hills has got the ball, but no official word yet on who's there it is.
There it is. So Wayne Hills gets the ball back. Now, if that flag was on Wayne Hills, and I don't believe it is because Wayne Hills is celebrating. So, huge momentum shifter there. Now, that being said, the Cats' defense has been stout here in the ball game, and Wayne Hills is going to have the ball at their own 1-yard line. So, they're not out of the woods yet.
Oh, by no means. Plus, Harrisonville's got 3 timeouts, so you're going to try to run the ball each time. So you could virtually get the ball back with 45, 50 seconds left, or trying to punt with 45, 50 seconds left, just like they did just a minute ago.
Cats have had a block punt. Wayne Hills has had a punt snapped over the head. So special teams have been rough right now so far for Wayne Hills.
But again, going back to
that, yeah, we talked about that earlier.
These aren't Wayne Hills' team is not. This isn't a JV team. This is a scout team. So how many times really
have they practiced special teams?
Right.
Period. So here we go, shotgun formation. They're going to hand off. He gets out of the end zone, back and all the way to the 4-yard line. Gives himself some breathing room with 54 seconds to go here in the first half.
Beck again.
So Beck with the carry up to the 4, almost 5 45 seconds to go here.
I was going to mention another one, but that was the one you took, the Lee, Josh Lee. He's in there.
You mean Ryan Lee?
It's Josh
Oh,
Lee.
we got Josh and Ryan Lee. Hey,
Okay.
there we go. There were two Lees. That is.
Well, maybe somebody will let us know if those, let's see, one is both of them are sophomores. I wonder if they are twins.
So
maybe somebody will let us know. We'll ask maybe Ben or Mario as well.
So here we go, second down, high snap, taken by Wayne Hills. They're just going
Good
to run
choice.
it up the middle there, get it up to the 10, and that's just going to be the last play of the first half.
Which that shows for him. I mean, he is a sophomore, and that who I'm talking about is Jared Santa. He couldn't. The snap was a little high, so he wasn't able to get the handoff. So what does he do? He follows the running back into the hole where the running back was going, which is what you're supposed to do. So it shows a lot of good coaching, obviously coaching by the staff, and him learning from that.
So we'll see if we get Coach Demikoff up here at half. We're going to take a timeout, take a breather for a couple of minutes, and then we'll be back after that. You're watching high school football on 4T, streaming on YouTube and 4Ts.com.
We all have a checklist when it comes to getting car care. No matter what is on your list, convenience, knowledge, affordability, friendliness, Colby's Car Clinic has you covered. Convenience is being right here in Harrisonville and taking care of all car care problems. From an oil change to tires and everything in between, it's your only stop. Knowledge is covered with having an ASE certified master technician. Affordability means they will work with you to not break your budget. And friendliness greets you each time you walk in the door as they treat you like an old friend. Go see Colby and the gang right behind O'Reilly's in the Big Blue building.
Sure, you could drive to the city and save a few dollars on tires, but why? Young's Tire and Wheel Center in Harrisonville is family owned and operated, and their clients are like family. That, coupled with free flat tire repair on new tires for the life of the tire, means you'd be crazy to drive all over the place to save $1. Trust Young's. That's who 4Ts trust to get them safely to all Wildcat games, home or away. Young's Tire and Wheel Center on South Commercial in Harrisonville.
A strong lineup is always important no matter the sport. The same should go for your insurance company as well. At Stafford & Stafford Insurance, your auto, commercial, life, health, farm, and crop insurance is all under one roof. With a lineup like that, they are sure to have your team covered. Call the team that will line up with the best of them. Stafford & Stafford Insurance in Harrisonville, located on Commercial Street across from Holland's Auto Sale.
Suzy Q's, where the portion size is so big you're sure to leave full. Go get the signature Suzy Q's. You know, the one that's so big they barely fit in the basket. While you're at it, add a tenderloin that needs 5 buns to cover it up. Don't forget to add a shake to make the experience complete. So next time you think, man, I wish we had an old drive-in, there's one 5 minutes away. Just take I-49 to Peculiar, and you'll be right there.
When you're searching for insurance, it's good to be able to call an agent in your town that can protect you. So if you're looking for auto, life, renters, boat, ATV, or any other weekend toy to be covered, call CPSK Insurance, an auto owner's affiliate. Call and talk to one of the local agents, Summer, Randy, Amanda, or Chandra, located right off I-49 and 291 in Harrisonville at the Millwalk Mall. They can give you a quote and get you covered quickly and easily. If your business needs covered, they can help you out there as well. Call them today at 816-380-3800 or visit them online at cpskinsurance.com. Let the local agents go to work for you. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Harrisonville, Missouri. It is halftime of the JV game, and we're blessed to be joined by head coach Wayne Demikoff.
Yes.
Is that correct? Yep. Wayne Demikoff of the Wayne Hills, New Jersey Patriots. He came up to see us here at halftime, and we're glad to have him on board. Glad to have him up here to talk. And, Coach, just kind of tell everybody how this all came together.
Well, every year we try to find an out-of-state game, so it's difficult. You advertise on the national boards, and finding a good place to go. There's a lot of things to consider. It's a matchup. It's how can you get in and out of an airport easy, things of that nature. And I was looking at the Missouri boards, and I saw that Harrisonville was looking for a game the week we had open. So I sent down an email, and Brent reached back and said, hey, let's talk about this. And a couple weeks later, we had a game. So it was great.
Coach, I'll always call him Coach Maxwell. He was head coach in 2016, last time we won a state championship. And I was talking to him this spring about how it all come together, and he goes, well, my first response was, we're in Missouri, right?
That's right, it was. Absolutely, yeah. I said, look, we're willing to come. If you'll have us, we're willing to come. So he's been great. I tell you, working with him over the last couple months has really been something special.
Well, it's been really awesome, and we've talked about all the different scenarios and everything that's gone into it. And, one of the things we talked about, we run a JV schedule on Monday nights after the varsity games, and you said this is a little different for your guys because your guys are almost like the scout team guys, so they're playing different positions. And we mentioned in the first half, and as a coach, you'll probably notice that the first snap that went over the punter's head, and you were probably like, we probably should have worked on those special teams.
Well, it's like, so for our kids that are out there tonight playing, they were practicing all morning. So they practiced during the day. They came out here and played tonight. So they're doing the best they can. It's great for them to get some reps out there, and you get these games and you find somebody here and there. You say, you know what, maybe this kid can help us at the next level, and that's what it's all about.
Which I'm curious is number 10, I think. Number 9. Is that your son?
That is my son. That's my older son, Tyler. Yep.
Good. Okay.
My younger guy is the one retrieving the balls. He's probably doing more running out there than anybody. So.
Well, another thing we talked about. We have a lot of great sponsors that make our broadcast possible every year. One of them, Excalibur Contracting, and they have donated meals after the game for both teams. And I said, what an awesome thing that both teams are going to be able to talk to each other, meet each other. And these are the things these kids are going to remember. I don't think, 10 years from now, you ask the kids from your team or the kids from our team who won that game. I don't even know that they'll remember, because they're going to remember that they had 3 great days together playing some football against each other for 2 nights, and that's what it's all about.
Absolutely. And listen, the people out here have been great. I mean, so we've been out here, I heard you have mentioned it in the first half, since Wednesday, and just from all the places we've been, the colleges we visited, and all the people we've dealt with, it's just been top notch, really first class.
I still can't believe you went to KU. But
I got that response from everybody. I don't know. We were excited. We said, this is great.
Here's what's good. Okay, so Jerry, huge KU guy.
Okay.
I'm a huge Mizzou fan. He's a Mizzou fan. His son, Tucker, is a Mizzou fan. So we're on the state line. So they call it the border war.
Okay.
So you're on one side or you're on the other. Now Gary is a little bit different. His son played quarterback at K-State.
Wow, okay.
So he's a little bit off and different, but he does like some Mizzou too. So that's why I was giving you a hard time the other day. But I'm sure it was awesome.
Awesome! The top notch. Those guys up there were great to us, and just everything that the kids are able to experience to this point has been fantastic. And we're looking forward to the rest of today, tomorrow, and then we fly out again on Saturday. So
are you guys? Will you guys go anywhere tomorrow, or will that be kind of a down day to get ready?
Down day. Let the kids rest, relax, hydrate all day, and then get ready to come back here tomorrow night and play.
Yeah, and I mean it's gonna be a warm one.
No, they've been warm every day we've been here. It's been. Listen. I'm over here in the shade. It's great. I'm on that sideline. My good. I mean, it's hot. It's hot.
We've been talking to a couple of the booster members over here. They came up and talked to me earlier, and they were talking about sitting over there tomorrow night. And I said, we've got visitor seats right here on this side. I would suggest you utilize it.
Yeah, it's hot. It definitely.
And this is the first year we've had those over there, so it's been kind of a thing in these early season games like this. And Missouri in August. If anybody wants to know, just go ask Ichiro Suzuki. He'll tell you about how hot it was in Missouri in August. I'll let you go do that on your own on YouTube. But nevertheless, Coach, it's great that we had you here. We're having a blast, and we look forward to the game tomorrow night. I told Gary, when you get 2 teams together, 15 state titles between the 2 of them, it's probably going to be a pretty solid football game.
Absolutely. And we have so much respect for the program here, kids here, coaches here, administration here. I mean, everything has been top-notch to this point, first class.
There's only one more thing you can give us.
What's that?
And that's you and Coach Maxwell, or A.D. Maxwell, and the 2 superintendents to get together, and we do a one-on-one. We got to come up. We got to come up and visit.
Hey, listen, do you want to come to New Jersey? It's going to be double flight probably. That's how we had to come out here, too. It's not the easiest to get to the 2 places, but, yeah, it sounds good to me.
And we want to come out, and we want to go to Outback, too.
Outback Steakhouse, Burnett Avenue, right across the street, and they're streaming we gave them the message about you guys streaming the game, so they're doing it over there. So we're looking. I'll be there Saturday night when we get back, guys. We're looking forward to it.
Well, I also gave them my order, so hopefully maybe I'll have a steak tomorrow night. Who knows?
That's going to be some bill of a stakeout. I can tell you that.
Well, Coach, thanks a lot for coming up here. I know your kids are going to be getting back out there to play some football. We've enjoyed it. We'll probably holler at you tomorrow when we get up here, and we'll see you then. And
awesome.
good luck tomorrow night.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate everything you guys have done.
Thanks
Thank
a
you.
lot.
Thank you.
That is Coach from Wayne Hills, New Jersey, Wayne Dimikoff, joined us here today. And, Gary, like we just said, this has been awesome. We're going to take a quick time out, and we will be back right after this. When you're searching for insurance, it's good to be able to call an agent in your town that can protect you. So if you're looking for auto, life, renters, boat, ATV, or any other weekend toy to be covered, call CPSK Insurance, an auto owner's affiliate. Call and talk to one of the local agents, Summer, Randy, Amanda, or Chandra, located right off I-49 and 291 in Harrisonville at the Millwalk Mall. They can give you a quote and get you covered quickly and easily. If your business needs covered, they can help you out there as well. Call them today at 816-380-3800 or visit them online at cpskinsurance.com. Let the local agents go to work for you.
How nice would it be to get a check from someone and not have to worry about getting to the bank to put it in your account? At Hawthorne Bank, you can do exactly that. Simply open your mobile banking app, take a picture of the check, and voila, the check has been deposited into your account. Not to mention, you can always manage your accounts and payments right in the app as well. Hawthorne Bank prides itself on being at the forefront of technology to always make your banking a breeze. Hawthorne Bank, next to Troby's on Plaza Drive. No matter the time of day, we could all use a Route 44 from Sonic. Good news, if you order in the Sonic app, you get happy hour all day. That means drinks are half price anytime on the Sonic app. Don't worry, it's still traditional happy hour from 2 to 4 every day at the Sonic of Harrisonville. So if you need to refuel with a drink, or maybe you need a snack, come see the gang at Sonic and fuel up.
Atkinson Funeral Home and Cremation Services has been serving families in the area since 1929. The Atkinsons take great pride in being members of the community. They will soon graduate a fourth-generation Wildcat. With this kind of commitment to Harrisonville, you know Atkinson Funeral Home will be there for you. And as always, they are proud supporters of the Harrisonville Wildcats.
There are a million places to buy a used car, so why not go somewhere you know lives by the Show Me State motto? The staff at Show Me wants to show you that Show Me spirit. Excellent service, affordable prices, and even loaners while you get your car serviced. They will put you in your dream car, truck, or SUV, and if they don't have it, they'll find it for you. So drive on over to Show Me Auto Mall and drive away with your next car.
Stop going online and paying top dollar to make a t-shirt. Call Cindy at C Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing. She will walk you through the whole process and have you or your organization looking the best. It's no mistake that Fortis Broadcasting is always the best dressed crew around. We trust Cindy with all of our apparel on game day. Put a personal C Squared touch on your next order. Whether it's just 1 or 100, C Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing can get it done. Check them out on Facebook or go see them on the Clinton Square.
Competition between teammates makes for a stronger and better team. Lacey Dominick of Shelter Insurance and Cameron Chenoweth of American Family Insurance were both Wildcats on the field. Now they are competitors off the field. They know that you have many choices for insurance, so they're teaming up to offer free auto, home, and life insurance quotes. Call Lacey at 816-380-2700 or Cam at 816-380-3996 and get started on your new insurance quote today.
Okay, welcome back. Chad's still coaching or talking with Coach, and I'm out of breath because I just ran up the stairs with some water. So bear with me for just a minute. Kickoff into the end zone. Wayne Hills will get the ball on the 20. Again, I'll try to get you some more numbers from Wayne Hills.
Guys, thanks so much.
Thank you, Coach.
Anything you guys need, like I said, while we're here.
Hey, I might just send him down.
And we really enjoyed the time we've had the opportunity to talk to Coach. Great guy, and looking forward to tomorrow night and the competition between the two schools. And Chad's trying to find his headset, and if he can find it, he might be able to find it. I don't know. Well, there he is.
I'm back. It's just, I mean, we talked about it. It's just as exciting for our kids and our fans and us as it is. I mean, I don't know how many times I've talked to people, and they had no idea. And there's a great run to the outside by Wayne Hills, far side, and I believe that was
probably going to be Beck, but I'm going to check and see here.
Those gray with the maroon. So it was Beck with the run and gets a first down run all the way up to the 35. But, Gary, what I was saying is I talked to so many people, and, a lot of people know this is my 15th year doing the Harrisonville games. So I've been doing it for a while. A lot of people know. They're like, well, who's Harrisonville got week one, And I was sitting there and I was talking to somebody, and it was last Friday night. I'll get to that story in a minute. We got a shotgun formation, 2 wide receivers out to your right side on 1st and 10.
And that's Guy Goridano. I think that's who had it a while ago too.
So he
gets
to the outside, and it looks like he stepped out before he got a first down. Bring up 2nd and 9. So last Friday, I was able to go to the William Chrisman Jamboree. My son Chase is a sophomore at William Chrisman now, and he got a couple of plays in there. It was nice to go. Coach Perry is the head coach there at Wayne Hills, and he used to be at Clinton years ago. Well, I was talking to him a little bit, and then I was talking to a center coach, and I'll tell you, let's get to center here in a minute. It is another shotgun formation, 2 wide receivers set to the right side again for Wayne Hills, picking on that left side. Left side again. Beck nowhere to go, as that is Charlie Murcia with the tackle. Wraps him up, going to bring up 3rd down and long. And I was talking to the center coach, and I was like, I said, it's nice for me. I said, I get a little bit of advanced scouting to watch you guys. I said, I do the Harrisonville games. And he goes, who you guys open up with? And I go, Wayne Hills. And he goes, where's that? I go, Wayne Hills, New Jersey. And he goes, we said a few things. He basically said, how in the bleep did that happen? And I told him the story because, you get that look on people's face. They're like, wait, New Jersey? Like, way out New Jersey? Yeah, New Jersey's. So it'll bring up 3rd down and about 2. They give him a pretty good spot on that one. So 3rd and 2 coming up, high snap, handoff, and it get to the outside near
good
side.
Cutback.
Good cutback into Wildcat territory, all the way down by Beck to the 46 of the Wildcats. Brings up a 1st down and 10 with 8:28 to go here, 3rd quarter. 14-0 is the score. So 8:28 to go here, 3rd quarter. I think I just said 1st quarter. Again, thankfully we're getting all the stuff out of the way here, Gary, in this 1st game. So we'll be crisp for tomorrow night. It's
I'll remember that tomorrow night.
The first time I make a mistake, I promise you that Gary will.
I wouldn't think of it.
Mention it. And again, Beck with the run, and this time nowhere to go, flattened like a pancake after about a 2-yard gain. That was Caden Taylor there to wrap him up and take him down. And we talked about a lot of different things with Wayne Hills, and it was so much fun to talk to Coach. He's so personable, so much fun, and just you can tell he's really genuine, and that's what was fun about being able to talk to him. And Gary came on as I was still talking to Coach, and we were talking about some different things, just like how much different, something I didn't ask him in the broadcast, I wish I would have, is how much harder it is to scout when you're 1,400 miles away. Even you can watch film all day, but you don't get that game speed. So here we go, shotgun, and there is a whistle.
That was kind of the same thing from us in the first. He was wanting to pull, so he was pulling out just a little bit early, so that way that he would have a little bit of advantage on the backside. I don't think we mentioned their wideouts. They haven't been thrown to very much, or at least I haven't seen it. 14 is Guy Giordano, and 19 is Adam Helwani. And I hope I said those right. They came off of Ben's tongue a lot easier than they're coming off of mine. And also back in the quarterback has been in a lot of the game is Jared Santa.
So 2nd down and 13 to go, 7:22 to go here in the third. Cats lead 14-0 over the visitors from Wayne Hills, New Jersey. Appetizer for you on a Thursday night. We got the main course tomorrow night at 7 p.m. as Friday Night Lights hits the big stage at 6:30. We will kick off the season at 6:30. And, you know, we may be so excited tomorrow, we may go on even a little earlier than 6:30.
Well, I can assure you I'll be here earlier than 6:30, so I don't know about I don't know about Jerry. Jerry's he's not here. I was going to say he's never here until about noon,
right.
Maybe 11:30 or so about every day. This would not run without Jerry.
Absolutely.
I mean, and the beauty of it was when we got up here, we had a tent over us, so that way we didn't have to stand in the sun. He brought us supper tonight. He brought us our Twizzlers that you asked for. I mean, he treats us very well.
2 wide receivers set to your left side now, shotgun formation. They back off the side and then a back next to the quarterback. And a good throw. And, oh, wow, hits him in the backfield in the secondary all the way down to the 2-yard line. Bounced right through the fingertips of the defender into the Wayne Hills, New Jersey wide receiver's hands, and he takes it all the way down. And that was Guy Giordano with the catch down to the 2-yard line, and it's 1st and goal for Wayne Hills.
It was really good defense by Drew Jorge. He defended it well on number 19, but what happened was it went on over their heads, and who was there? But Guy was to be able to make the catch and take it all the way down to the inside the 2.
And that's what shows you, a heads-up play right there by him, not to give up on that play when it bounced around, and it went right to him.
That's what they call the tip drill.
They're going to go right up the middle. Beck tries to get in, and he's going to be just short. He tried to reach for it. Good open field tackle on that far side. Looked like Drew Droege with the tackle to keep him out of the end zone. Going to bring up 2nd down and goal for Wayne Hills here. Trying to punch their first one in, 3rd quarter. 5.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. And it is 14-0 Harrisonville. But Wayne Hills knocking on the door.
This is where I'd like to go up underneath center. I hate it whenever you go out of the shotgun all the time because you're giving up 5 yards. Get up under the center and do a QB sneak.
There you go. Here we go on 2nd down and.
But they didn't need the QB sneak. Beck's in for a touchdown on a 1-yard touchdown run.
So back into the end zone, 14-6, an 8-point game. See if Wayne Hill's going to kick an extra point or go for 2 here. It looks like they're going to kick here.
And I don't know if anybody back home in Wayne Hills, but right below us was a cowbell. And so apparently they like the cowbells, and so, we're used to it here. So if anybody heard that, that was one of your all's fans ringing a cowbell right in front of us. So
we may have a lot of cowbells tomorrow night. We might be a loud atmosphere. So Wayne Hills going to attempt the extra point here. 14-6 the score, 5:03 to go here in the 3rd. Snap is short. The hold is good. The kick is no good. And it is 14-6 Cats, 5:03 to go here in the 3rd.
Sherwood Community Bank is the hometown bank with all the big bank perks. Internet banking, auto, home, boat, and farm loans. You can get it all at one of their 4 convenient locations in Urick, Creighton, Garden City, or Harrisonville. Checking or savings account all you need? Don't worry. Sherwood Community Bank has you covered there as well. Stop going to the banks where you're just an account number. Go to Sherwood Community Bank, where you're part of the family.
And tell them Braxton sent ya.
All right, welcome back. It's 14-6 Wildcats, 5:03 to go here, third quarter. And the Cats lead the visiting Wayne Hills Patriots in this JV contest on a Thursday night. Appetizer tonight, full course meal tomorrow night. As we go and talk about the varsity, we'll talk about the varsity a little bit more here in the fourth quarter. And I want to thank all of our great sponsors throughout the night as well. We got some new ones that are coming on board. The Cats get a good return here up to the 30. Try to get a cut back. That is Drogi Phillips not going to get the cut back he wanted again on the second time. And it'll bring up first and 10 for the Cats from their own 29 with 4:56 to go here in quarter number 3. So I don't know if you were listening at halftime or if anybody watching, may not know how this all came together. And what first happened, the way it came together on Harrisonville's side was this. Cats come out. We'll get to it here after this play. Shotgun formation. Looks like Harper back there with Bechtel. 2 backs off the end. High snap was going to go to Harper, but it'll be a penalty. Cats move a little bit quickly. Going to bring up a first and 15 now. So Harrisonville last year, first game of the year, and they get it. Oh, well, wait. We're going to move it. Threw a flag, and now they don't throw a flag and don't move the ball, so we'll see what's going on here. Okay. Yeah, they do not move the ball there, Gary. I'm not sure what happened. Oh, said a mouthpiece. So warning for a mouthpiece. Going to be first and 10. Again, shotgun, and this time they're going to give it to Harper. He's going to cut up. He gets in past the 30 to the 33 where he's wrapped up and taken down. Going to mark him maybe about the 34-yard line. So Harrisonville had a home-and-home setup with Trinity Catholic. Then COVID happened. Well, anybody knows St. Louis wasn't going anywhere during COVID, so Trinity Catholic could not travel out of St. Louis County. So we had to find a week 1 game, which ended up being St. Joe Lafayette. Well, they still kept the second game, which means we would have went to Trinity Catholic today or tomorrow to do that football game against Trinity Catholic. Second down and 5 here. We'll get to the rest of that story after this. Shotgun formation for the Cats. And they're going to hand off. Nope. Yep. Hand off right up.
Jason Hyatt.
So Jackson Hyatt with the run. And he's going to get a couple more up to about the 37-yard line. Going to bring up third down at about 3. Well, they're late January, early February. Coach Maxwell gets a call. We got a player down on the field.
I think the cramps are starting to because keep in mind, as Coach said, these young men practiced as the scout squad for the varsity today during the day, and now they're playing a game tonight. So hydrate, and I'm sure this is what you get in 110-degree heat indexes.
And it is August in Missouri. We talked about it at halftime, and it's hot. It's been over 100-degree heat index all week here in Missouri. Little kids don't usually complain about the heat, and we've had flag football the last 2 nights, and after about 25 minutes, it looked like my kids had all just jumped out of the pool. So we kind of even cut practices short ourselves a little bit the last couple of nights. But what we were saying is, so Trinity Catholic's AD calls Coach Maxwell, our AD, February-ish, and says, hey, we're not going to be able to play you next year. And Coach Maxwell's like, okay. He goes, honestly, we're shutting our doors in May. So Trinity Catholic closed their school in May, and there's no more Trinity Catholic. Well, what that did for Harrisonville put them in a real bind because a lot of schools run on a 2-year cycle in Missouri. Well, this is the second year of it. Yeah, everybody really has to trade that home and home. So this is the second year of a 2-year cycle. So all the Missouri schools, there's nobody going to be open in week 1. And then you look at the other situation. Kansas doesn't start till next week. Iowa does not start till next week. And Arkansas don't start till next week. Those are the 3 closest states we've got to us. So it's where do you find a game?
You go to New Jersey.
Well, and we're going to get to that. Yeah, we're going to get to that. 3rd down and 3 for the Cats from their own 37-yard line. Shotgun formation for the Wildcats. Wide receiver right side. And here they go. Bechtel's going to keep it himself. Hops over a defender. 1st down and keeps on his feet. 45 up to the 46-yard line. And it'll bring up a 1st and 10. Cats up to the 46. So in the meantime, after that happened, Coach Maxwell's feverishly searching for a game. Reached out to a school just north of Dallas. Almost had a game with them. Brand new $70 million stadium. And their school district did not want to pay to have us come down there. That Coach Maxwell's like, well, could you help out with a little travel? We'd love to come down and play you and open up your brand new stadium. Yeah, it's not in the budget. $70 million stadium, but it ain't in the budget to get a team down here to play you. So that one kind of fell through. Then, as we got a 1st and 10, and this is going to be a direct snap, and then a backdoor handoff on the counter. Cats down the sideline, past the 40 to the 37-yard line. Brandon Phillips with the run, and it's another Wildcat 1st down, and you'll hear this a lot tomorrow night. That's a Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center 1st down. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances.
Who's our 1st down person?
Yeah, right. Some people may not. Wayne Hills will be like, what's Troby's Maytag? Well, look them up online. Great locally owned company. 1st and 10 for the Cats. So the Dallas thing kind of fell through. And then he had been talking to a team out of Nashville, a private school out of Nashville. And we'll get to that after this play. Shotgun formation again. Ball down to the 37-yard line. Bechtel, he's going to hand off. And does. Good open field run and open field tackle as well. That was number 23, Leskowski. No, that is not even right. Leskowitz. I'm going to go with Leskowitz.
Leskowitz.
Okay,
I wrote that one down outside because I knew I wasn't going to be able to get it.
You know what's good is tomorrow night, this is what I know is going to happen, is it's 2nd down and about 3 for the Wildcats, or 2nd and 5, sorry. Kevin Thomas going to go down there early, and he's going to get all these pronunciations.
Let him announce it, and then we'll say it.
Or he'll come up, and he will be able to break it down syllable by syllable for me, which will be perfect. Here we go on the 2nd down run, and Bechtel directing traffic and getting up close to another 1st down. Going to bring up 3rd down and short for the Wildcats. So then Coach was talking to a team from Nashville, private school. They were kind of talking about maybe they could do a halfway thing, maybe play in St. Louis or something. In the meantime, Wayne Hills calls and saw that they needed a game and asked if they could come and play us. And, we joked, and we've said it several times. Coach Maxwell's first comment was, we're in Missouri, right? And he said yes, and then they got to talking about what Wayne Hills does each year, first game of the year, which is awesome. And the rest is history, and here we are on a Thursday night playing a JV game, and we're going to have a Friday night football game as well between the two. And talked to Coach at halftime. Gary and I talked about it. 2 teams, 15 state titles between them. You're probably going to have a solid football game tomorrow night.
Oh, yeah, and we haven't mentioned our our offensive line, so I'm going to go down it real quick. By the way, for the Richters, if they're watching, Donovan is who normally I think is supposed to wear 61. He's in 79 tonight. So if you see a 79 and you're trying to think, boy, that maybe looks like my son or my grandson or whatever, Donovan Richter is in 79 tonight. Also 63 is Gavin Volinich. 60 is Kylan Brown. And I'll get the rest of them here in just a minute after this play.
All right.
Uh-oh. I'm surprised they didn't call an offside or a procedure on that.
So here we go. Bechtel going to hand off and gets the handoff down to number 30, Sam Droege. And it is a yard or two. Going to bring up a 4th down, it looks like, for the Cats.
Number 72, Jared Anderson. And I know I'm probably missing one. Oh, yeah, 67, Colin Flanner. It's our interior offensive line.
All right, so it's going to bring up 4th down. And again, in these JV games, you don't have a whole lot of kicking options either side. It's 4th and 5 from the 33, so they're going to go for it here.
It'd only be a 50-yard field goal.
And Bechtel tried the misdirection on the counter, and Wayne Hill says not today. And that's going to be a turnover on downs.
And that was a tackle by Lorenzo Capello. He was in the backfield. I mean, he was able to get some interior push, and when he did, it kind of broke that because it takes a little bit of time for that counter to get set up, and he almost was wanting to take the handoff. So it became Wayne Hill's 1st down and 10 at the 37. We never did say east or north, south, east, west today.
You were busy. You were making fun of me being busy at halftime talking to Coach. You were busy for a quarter talking to our new friends Ben and Marco from Wayne Hills. I did say going in the second quarter going from the south to the north, and I didn't get a chance to make fun of you. And we'll do that. We'll wait for tomorrow night.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that tomorrow night, and you guys will laugh at us tomorrow night as we do that. So here we go.
Well, I enjoyed my conversation with Ben and Mario. Mario. So,
no,
whatever.
Is it Marco? Marco.
Oh, Marco. That's right.
There you go.
I guess I got to read my writing.
And usually his writing is like spot on, so I don't know why he couldn't read it tonight. So
well, I was kind of writing on my hand.
So here we go. It is 1st and 10 for Wayne Hills. We got a timeout on the field. We'll take a quick timeout ourselves. Take a breather. 17 seconds to go, 3rd quarter. Cats lead 14-6 over Wayne Hills.
There are a ton of choices for home appliances, but only one you need to know. That's Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center in Harrisonville. Today, it's more important than ever to support small business. Troby's prides themselves on American-made appliances, competitive prices, and unmatched service, from installation to service calls if any issue may arrive. Troby's is your hometown appliance center.
Next time you're in the market for a home appliance, think Troby's first on Plaza Drive right behind Hawthorne Bank.
All right, welcome back. Almost into the 3rd quarter. 14-6 is our score. Cats lead in this one on a Thursday night from Harrisonville, Missouri. Special Thursday night junior varsity broadcast, as we will have the varsities tomorrow night, and a good run off the end. And I'll tell you what, Beck's going to be a good back for them.
He is.
He's a hard runner. You see that. And he gets off to the outside. Cats are able to corral him down, make it a 2nd down and 5. And
Trenton Gold is the one that got that tackle.
And that's the end of the 3rd. We're going to take a quick timeout, and I'm going to talk about what Back's probably done this week for the for Wayne Hills after we get back.
One of Harrisonville's oldest and its most reliable realtors, American Heritage Realtors. With almost 40 years of experience, they will take all the stress out of buying and selling a home. Add in being the #1 seller of properties on Zillow, and American Heritage should be the only call you make when you're ready to buy or sell your home. Experience, reliability, and results. That's American Heritage Realtors next to Sonic on South Commercial Street.
So, Gary, what I was going to say, Josh Back's number is 26 for Wayne Hills, but I bet you any amount of money he's been playing the part of number 25 for Harrisonville this week. What do you think?
You are probably correct.
About similar size and stature I don't quite think back's got Jace Reynolds' speed, but I'd imagine that's who they've been having play the part of Jace Reynolds this week.
Yeah, and he's probably gotten beat up a lot because
he is definitely going to enjoy getting home Saturday and maybe getting in a hot tub or something. Right up the middle he goes again. Another tough, hard run. Gets into Cat territory down about the 45 of the Wildcats. 9:51 to go here, fourth quarter. It looks like we got a Wildcat cramp this time. And, I mean, I have no idea why you'd have a Wildcat cramp or a cramp on either side. It's 119 degrees out. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back. Cats lead 14-6 in the fourth.
We all have a checklist when it comes to getting car care. No matter what is on your list, convenience, knowledge, affordability, friendliness, Colby's Car Clinic has you covered. Convenience is being right here in Harrisonville and taking care of all car care problems. From an oil change to tires and everything in between, it's your only stop. Knowledge is covered with having an ASE certified master technician. Affordability means they will work with you to not break your budget. And friendliness greets you each time you walk in the door as they treat you like an old friend. Go see Colby and the gang right behind O'Reilly's in the Big Blue building.
Sure, you could drive to the city and save a few dollars on tires, but why? Young's Tire and Wheel Center in Harrisonville is family owned and operated, and their clients are like family. That, coupled with free flat tire repair on new tires for the life of the tire, means you'd be crazy to drive all over the place to save $1. Trust Young's. That's who Fortis trusts to get them safely to all Wildcat games, home or away. Young's Tire and Wheel Center on South Commercial in Harrisonville.
Suzy Q's, where the portion size is so big you're sure to leave full. Go get the signature Suzy Q's. You know, the one that's so big they barely fit in the basket. While you're at it, add a tenderloin that needs 5 buns to cover it up.
All right, welcome back. That looks like Bechtel coming off as he was playing on defense. They're playing defensive back, and I'll tell you what, Bechtel's another one that's going to feel it tomorrow a little bit. Coach Maxwell doing a good job announcing tonight, you know, doing everything. Having a JV game. I don't know that they had an announcer here. Of course, tomorrow night you will hear one of the best in the business around the area, and that is Kevin Thomas, voice of the Wildcats on the PA, and he will do an amazing job. You will probably hear him in our headsets from time to time in Wayne Hills.
And here we go.
You will definitely hear that. And he does a great job. He's been doing it for years as well. And, you know, a lot of people don't know Kevin works overnights. So he gets out of here on a Friday night. He heads right to work. So he stays a busy man. So it is it's first and 10. And I chuckle. They're going to get these chains set. It is first and 10, but they had it as first and 0 because they forgot to flip-flop the chains. And that's a good 6-7 yard run again by that. And it'll be second down and about 3 going. And Coach Maxwell was talking about branding iron over there and the Excalibur sponsoring both teams to be able to eat after the game and talk to each other. And Shivers is over there as well. And I'll tell you what, right now I think everybody would probably enjoy a Shivers snow cone. So second down and 3 coming up. Shotgun formation, 2 wide receivers. And here we go up the middle. They're going to get to the outside and again back. And he gets first down yardage inside the 30 down to the 25-yard line. As Wayne Hills coming alive here in the second half. Their offense it's 14-6. It's an 8-point game. And then, you know, that kind of goes back to the whole thing if they can get in the end zone here. And then you go back to those special teams plays. Can you get a 2-point conversion in, or does Harrisonville hold and then be able to run some clock? You get all those scenarios coming up. So
at least the sun is down.
The sun?
Not much wind, but the sun is down.
The sun has disappeared behind the press box here and probably cooled it off a good 5-10 degrees, though, and that makes it better for everybody. And, again, back with a huge hole that time right through the middle. And he's just, he's been their workhorse, and he's starting to wear those guys down, and it's going to bring up a 1st and 10 for Wayne Hills down to the 13-yard line. And, we talked about the numbers for the Wildcats, 30-plus freshmen on this team. You got a huge JV squad down there, and some juniors probably playing as well. So, it's one of those things. You try to get everybody playing as well and see how that goes. So 1st and 10 down to about the 13-yard line. We got a whistle and a timeout for the official. Looks like one of the gentlemen going to come off. That looks like Lucas Reese.
Yeah, he's got a helmet issue.
And so he's going to have to check out. So with 7:42 to go here in quarter number 4, Cats clinging to a 14-6 lead. Wayne Hills knocking on the door down at the 13 of the Wildcats. Shotgun formation. Snap, hand back again, and he goes off the tackle there right through that guard and tackle on your right side.
It's like Kenny got knocked down. Back judge.
So 9-yard gain takes it down to the 5. Cats, Josiah Sims hobbling off the side. And a 2nd down coming up for Wayne Hills. Looks like
cramp
just outside of the 5-yard line here. So 2nd down coming up for Wayne Hills, trying to tie this one up with a touchdown and 2-point conversion. And back is in the end zone for 6. And it is 14-12 with 6 minutes and 42 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter of this one.
I venture to say the way they've been running the ball, they're probably going to go for 2 to tie this up.
Here's the funnies about when you scout, Gary. One of the things, I mentioned it to Coach when we were talking Coach at halftime, and I said yeah, and I said you probably studied one of our running backs really well, and I said and I don't know that we did that on the air, but it might have been when we were talking back there, and
they
held them. So Cats continue to lead 14-12, and I mentioned, I go, yeah, and I go, by all accounts, he's got a younger brother that's a freshman. It's going to be just as good, if not better. And he goes, oh, is he out there tonight? And I go, no. And he goes, oh. It was just like, you just saw almost the look of, what? So,
and obviously he hasn't seen him on film.
Yeah, you don't have him on a huddle or any of that good jazz. So that's one of those, things that, wait, what's going on here type of deal. And I'll be interested to see what Harrisonville does tomorrow night and how they line up. Because you know what, you got Espen Glenn that's back. He got some time as a freshman and did really well for the Wildcats. He's now a junior, and will he start at quarterback? Will you go double Reynolds in the backfield? Will you use Reynolds as a decoy? Will Reynolds play quarterback? Because Nate's a quarterback, and a lot of different options coming for the Wildcats out of that. So it's 14-12, 6:42 to go in the 4th quarter, and the Cats a lead by 2. Wayne Hills in their gray tops, gray bottoms, maroon numbers, maroon helmets with a W on it. If you didn't know any better and you were from this area and you came to this football game, you would have thought we were playing who? First thing I thought of was the Warrensburg Tigers.
Oh.
And
we weren't on the same page. I wasn't sure what you're talking about.
They got the big W, and it's right. Very similar to the Warrensburg W. And I mean, Gary, I got 2 kids in Warrensburg schools now, and a wife that works there. So,
where's Warrensburg? I love you, Ange. Sorry.
I would imagine they're on their way back from Warrensburg. She had to work a little late tonight, and if I was betting, I would say I've got a 7-year-old son watching this broadcast as well. If Braxton's not watching right now, I would be shocked. So 14-12 the score, 6:40 to go here in the fourth quarter, and the Cats clinging to a 2-point lead, getting ready to take over on offense here.
And that would be a good time for them to go wrap off about a 5 or 6 minute drive, end up with 7 points, 6 or 8 points, and kind of put it away.
You get 6, you make it an 8-point game, and then you get the 2-point conversion, then it's a 10-point game, and that could very much put it away. However, I see, so it looks like we're going to have Droege in the backfield along with Bechtel. And I'll tell you right now, Jackson Bechtel has been banged up at times tonight, but he's a warrior still out there in this heat. 6:40 to go. And here they go, hand it off for Droege, nowhere to go. Wayne Hill's defense starting to stiffen up as well. Man, I think they might have gave them some IVs at halftime to get them hydrated up, because they look like a different team from the first to the second half here. So 6:20 to go here in the fourth. 14-12 Cats with the lead, but second half has belonged to the Patriots from Wayne Hills.
That it has.
So second down and about 12 coming up. So second and 12, shotgun formation. Droege next to Bechtel in the backfield with 5:45 to go here in the fourth. A cutback by Droege. He's going to get about 4.
Still going to be third and long. You're looking at 3rd and 8. And they're deep in their own side of the field, so they're going to want to get a lot of yardage here, or they're going to probably be punting.
So third down and about 8 with 5:10 and ticking in this one. Droege, and checking into the ball game for the Cats coming in is Addison Inge. Droege going to be next to Bechtel in the backfield. And there's a snap and then an end around. And again, nowhere to go. They've ran that a couple of times. And I'll tell you what, that counter, Wayne Hills has been on it every single time. They tried to go to try and samples and nothing doing there. Brings up 4th down and 12 with 4:32 to go. And I'll tell you what, we have not seen Case Melzer very much since that first half.
I think he may have been one of those that was only going to play half, because
and
there was
that's
a couple
what
of those.
that was what I was going to say, is I think we're going to see him tomorrow night.
Right.
So and you know, he was running the ball well in the first half. So, you know, give him a shout out, Case Melzer, with a great first half of play. Would love to see, you almost love to see him in there, that one of those drives in the second half. But if you don't understand or know, in Missouri, you can only play up to 6 quarters in a week. So with it being a Thursday night game, here that's kind of one of those things, though, that didn't probably work out so well for Harrisonville, because usually they play on Monday night. And if they, you know, so on this first Friday night, he would have got 4 quarters in. He didn't get 2 this week. So he's going to get his 4 quarters tomorrow night, but he only got to play 2 in this game. So the way it bounces around, that can change things. It looks like we've got a timeout on the field with 3:58 to go here in the fourth. And we'll take a timeout as well. Cats lead 14-12 in the last 4 minutes of the fourth. When you're searching for insurance, it's good to be able to call an agent in your town that can protect you. So if you're looking for auto, life, renters, boat, ATV, or any other weekend toy to be covered, call CPSK Insurance, an auto owner's affiliate. Call and talk to one of the local agents, Summer, Randy, Amanda, or Chandra, located right off I-49 and 291 in Harrisonville at the Millwalk Mall. Back. They can give you a quote and get you covered quickly and easily. If your business needs covered, they can help you out there as well. Call them today at 816. Snap is high, but the punter gets it off, and a good booming punt by the JV punter inside the 20, down to the 15, to 10, and he muffs the ball. Is the Cats going to get it? There's a scrum for it. Wayne Hills recovers, and
I don't know. He may have just gotten a varsity job as punter. I don't know who's punting for Harrisonville, but that was a beautiful spiral and a nice long punt.
And I'm going to tell you right now, I believe that was number 17. No, that wouldn't have been. It looked like 17 coming off the field over there. Trying to. Okay, I think that was number 14, Guy Gordano, who tried to field that punt. And I'd imagine he's probably going to get talked to by coach and go, don't do that. It's not a good idea inside your own 10. But, that's what they're learning. They're younger. They're learning. And they're going to learn in these situations, so they don't do that in a varsity situation. So it's 1st and 10 for Wayne Hills from their own 10 with 3:44 to go in the fourth. We'll take a timeout. We'll be right back.
When you're searching for insurance, it's good to be able to call an agent in your town that can protect you. So if you're looking for auto, life, renters, boat, ATV, or any other weekend toy to be covered, call CPSK Insurance, an auto owner's affiliate. Call and talk to one of the local agents, Summer, Randy, Amanda, or Chandra, located right off I-49 and 291 in Harrisonville at the Millwalk Mall. They can give you a quote and get you covered quickly and easily. If your business needs covered, they can help you out there as well. Call them today at 816-380-3800 or visit them online at cpskinsurance.com. Let the local agents go to work for you.
All right. 14-12 the score with 3:44 to go here in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10 from their own 10 for Wayne Hills, trying to get the go-ahead score for the visitors and come back from 14 down. Up the middle they go. Cats defense stifling on that one. So, all right, 2nd down, now an 11 with 3:20 to go. Clock continues to move here. It is a muggy, sultry night in Harrisonville, Missouri for JV football. 2nd down and 12. 2 wide receivers set to your left, shotgun formation back in front of the quarterback there. They're going to hand off, and up the middle they go. Going to get about 4 or 5. Going to bring up 3rd down and about 7 for Wayne Hills with 2:52 to go and counting here in the fourth quarter.
And Beck, I tell you got to hand it to him. He just keeps getting it and giving it his all. And he's been doing that all 4 quarters.
Sounds familiar.
And I think you're probably right. He was probably wearing 25 during most of the
and you know what? And that's
scout.
We talk about Jace Reynolds. We haven't really talked about him a little bit. We talked about him earlier for the Wildcats, our running back. And 3rd down and about 6 coming up. Rollout pass. Going to fire high. Incomplete. 3 Wildcats in the vicinity. And Wayne Hill's going to have to punt from their own 15.
It was intended for Guy Gordano.
And Jace is one of those kids that has done everything he's been asked the last 2 years. He ran for 2,500 yards in 10 games last year, averaged 250 yards a game. He had a 416-yard game and a 396-yard game last year, and he had 14 touchdowns in just those 2 games alone. Then his sophomore year, he had over 2,000 yards and didn't even sniff All-State because, well, I don't know why, because he led the state in Class 4 in rushing. But, being a sophomore, they're not going to give out that All-State. Last year, he was All-State on media, on the coaches poll as well. And he's just been everything back for the Cats. Be interesting to see how they use him this year with a couple more weapons in the backfield. Shotgun formation, low snap, and they're going to go for it on 4th down. They're looking to throw, and he's not going to be able to get rid of it. And the Cats are going to hold. You think this game might mean a little bit to these Wildcats as they're fired up on the sideline. Michael Moore hopping up and down after that one. He knows the Cats can put it away right here with 2:08 to go in the game. They lead 14-12. They punch it in. It's an 8-point at least game. If you get the 2-point conversion, it makes it academic because it's a 10-point ball game. So,
well, and you know Wayne Hills, why they went for it there. I mean, that was their only option. I mean, they had 90 yards or 85 yards to go.
And let's
not very much time.
That and let's say, Coach was talking about it. We talked about it a little bit at halftime with them being scout kids. The special teams hasn't been there for them tonight so far. So, do you want to take the chance of snapping it into the end zone or a fumble and you give up 6 automatically? At least you're making them earn it right here.
Yeah, and their defense has really stepped up in the second half, especially here in the fourth quarter.
So here we are, 1st and 10. Quarterback split back in the backfield. Droege going to get the handoff, tries to get to the outside, and he cuts that corner and tripped up inside at the 10. Clock will run as he was tackled inbounds. Got about 5 out of that. And here's what so Droege, a sophomore. This is the thing you see between your JV and your varsity running backs. A lot of times those JV kids try to run to that outside. They try to outrun everybody to where you're like, you want to cut them back off that tackle and find that hole in the vision. And that's something I will toot the horn on Jace Reynolds about is his vision and IQ. You'll see it tomorrow night is amazing to watch. 1:48 to go, fourth quarter. We got a timeout. We'll take one as well.
Church & Dwight in Harrisonville, Missouri is now hiring machine operators and maintenance technicians for overnight shifts. Full-time employees receive full benefits immediately. Apply now at churchdwight.com/careers and we will contact you to schedule an interview.
How nice would it be to get a check from someone and not have to worry about getting to the bank to put it in your account? At Hawthorne Bank, you can do exactly that. Simply open your mobile banking app, take a picture of the check, and voila, the check has been deposited into your account. Not to mention, you can always manage your accounts and payments right in the app as well. Hawthorne Bank prides itself on being at the forefront of technology to always make your banking a breeze. Hawthorne Bank, next to Troby's on Plaza Drive.
All right, second down and 7, 1:48 to go here, fourth quarter. Cats lead by 2. Trying to punch one in here and put it away, so to speak, if they can get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Droege and Bechtel, they're going to fake the handoff, and now Bechtel going to get to the outside to the 10, cuts back 5, inside the 5, going to have enough for a Wildcat. First down to the 2-yard line. That's a Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center first down. Think Troby's first. When you think home appliances, it'll be 1:41 to go.
Hopefully, nothing against our opponents. We wish them the very best, but hopefully we hear that a lot tomorrow.
Absolutely. If we hear that a lot, that means that we are having a solid football game, and I'm looking forward to the contest tomorrow. You know, it's one of those things you have no idea how to kind of know what the game is going to do tomorrow night. And we got a snap, as Jerry said behind me. A timeout, Wayne Hills with 1:40 to go. As Jerry said, that's why you play the game. But it'll be fun in that first quarter to see those two teams feeling each other out, trying to see if they can see who's running what, where, and how things are going to go. So 1:40 to go. We'll take a quick timeout.
No matter the time of day, we could all use a Route 44 from Sonic. Good news, if you order in the Sonic app, you get happy hour all day. That means drinks are half price anytime on the Sonic app. Don't worry, it's still traditional happy hour from 2 to 4 every day at the Sonic of Harrisonville. So if you need to refuel with a drink, or maybe you need a snack, come see the gang at Sonic and fuel up.
Welcome back. You know, something we'll probably keep it here if the Cats can punch it in the end zone. And I want to talk about our great sponsors again. We talked about some of our new sponsors. I got a phone call this evening, and Domino's is on board, and I think we're going to give away some pizza on Friday night. Gary, you've got one as well.
Sherwood Heating and Cooling, Dave Vogt, he's coming back aboard. He, I think, stepped away last year, but he's going to be back this year with us. And so any of your heating and cooling needs, please consider Dave Vogt with Sherwood Heating and Cooling.
Yes, absolutely. Glad to have them on board. I know that.
He put a completely new system in for me. He also put one in for Coach Emily. I cannot pronounce her last name, so I'm not going to try. She's not here anymore. She was the cheerleading coach. She's now
Terwilliger. All right,
Thank you.
Right up the middle they go. Bechtel, not quite in there. Got down to the 1 foot line.
Touchdown.
Oh, nope. Called the touchdown. 20-12. Cats lead by 8.
Anyway, so she needed somebody, suggested them, and I think they came in and put a new system in for her. So she was very happy with that and with the service and the people that were there. So, yes, call Sherwood Heating and Cooling. Dave Vogt is the owner, and for any of your heating and cooling needs.
Absolutely. So 1:31 to go. Cats lead by 8. This would put it away here. 2-point conversion would make it 10 and a 2-possession game. Right now, as it stands with 1:31 to go, 8 points is a tall task in itself.
Now, thinking, though, if we didn't get the 2 points and they were able to score, you think we'd go into overtime?
I don't know how that would work. Timeout Wildcats, though.
I don't necessarily think either team would want to do it. And the only reason I say that is because of the fact tomorrow night. I mean, you've got the visitors, Wayne Hills, they've got to still, get packed up, get back to the hotel, get a nice night's rest. And so I don't know that they would want to spend another 2 or 3 minutes or 5 minutes or 10 minutes doing it. So.
Well, and, the thing is, they're also going to do a meal afterwards, and, you add time to that, and then they got to go back to Overland Park, I believe, is where they're staying, and they got to get back there. They're going to – part of this deal is they're going to have to get up and have some study hall tomorrow at some point. It's not like they get to sleep until noon and then just kind of do something. They're going to have to get up in the morning, and it's going to be different for them. They're not at home. So, yeah, I don't think you're going to have a overtime.
Well, let's just make it non-academic right here, and that way we score the 2 points and we don't have to worry about it. I guess we'd make it academic, score the 2 points. That's my first mistake, right? Oh, there he is. Nice play. Did he hold on to it?
Caught
he
it
did.
For 2. 10-point Cat lead. 22-12.
Tryson Samples caught that pass.
Samples with the 2-point conversion on the rollout by Bechtel. And the Cats lead by 10 with 1:31 to go here in the fourth quarter.
I remember a similar play down there. Raytown South, or Raytown. We were playing, I think it was Raytown that we were playing.
Yeah. Raytown South?
The game we lost because we kicked off. Need I say any more?
Gary remembers the sun rolling out and hitting that pass
to Mason Saffles, but then we kicked off.
Raytown South. Wayne Hills, give him a little backstory. Wayne Hills fans is so Gary's son was quarterback. He did a rollout, put us ahead with about 13 seconds left in the game.
Not much.
We kicked off, and we made the mistake of kicking off deep to their deep man, who was a lightning bolt, and he grabbed it and took it down the sideline for about an 80-yard touchdown and won the game on basically like a walk-off kickoff.
I was going to say, as they say, the rest is history.
And so if you don't notice, I think Gary's still a little salty. So first 10-point Wildcat lead, 1:31 to go. Cats set to kick off here. So 22-12, Cats with the lead over the Patriots. And a good, solid kick down to the 10. Wayne Hill's going to return it to the 20, 25 to the outside. Cats were able to chase it down, didn't have that safety help back there. And again, that's the things you see in the first game of the year, especially JV games where you're trying to teach your kids.
But that was a great return by Guy. I mean, he kind of took it up the middle and then broke it out to the outside, had everybody sucked in, and we were able to run it down and get a tackle to make them have to go about 64 yards in a minute and 22, get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, and then kick an onside kick, and then try to get another touchdown.
So here we go. 2 wide receivers out to the right side, 1 to the left. Shotgun formation, 1:22 to go. Wayne Hills has got work to do, and they toss it wide out.
Down.
And they're going to call him down. Knee was down at the 42-yard line. If he would have put that knee down, he could have gone for a while and made things real interesting with a little over a minute to go. I'm not sure how many timeouts Wayne Hills has. It says 3 on the scoreboard, but I know that they used at least 1 down there during that. And the clock runs here on 2nd down and 6 with under a minute to go. So here we go on 2nd down. And the tossed up, good defense by the Cats, no flag. Brings up a 3rd down as the clock will stop. So a 3rd down coming up, 36.5 seconds ago, 22-12. The score, Wildcats with the lead over the visitors from Wayne Hills, New Jersey.
Well, I hope they've really enjoyed watching the JV game. Obviously, it's going to be a good game tomorrow night, and welcome them back to obviously watch it as they pass again.
To the outside, he cuts back. Clock will stop momentarily. With 30 seconds, we'll see Wayne Hills calls a timeout or not, but once the chain's set, it will move. So 22-12, Wildcats with the lead. Ball at midfield. Wayne Hills getting up. Clock rolls. 2 wide receivers out to your left, 1 to your right. Shotgun formation. Roll out pass, looking to pass, and he throws it in the flats. Picked off by the Wildcats. Seal the deal, Michael Moore. And it is Cats ball with 16.2 seconds to go in this one. 22-12 is our score. So 16.2 seconds to go, 22-12. Cats with the advantage, and they will take over on the interception as the Cats seal it up here on that one. It's been a fun night in Harrisonville. We won't be having our normal long post-game show tonight.
No, my post-game is going to be in my bed. I am ready. It's been a hot, long day.
So all the Cats need to do is kneel down on it one time, and they will win this one as the clock will roll. We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back, wrap it up real quick, talk, preview tomorrow night's game real quick, and be done with tonight right after this. Cats beat Wayne Hills, New Jersey JV squad. JV versus JV, 22-12. We'll be back after this.
Atkinson Funeral Home and Cremation Services has been serving families in the area since 1929. The Atkinsons take great pride in being members of the community. They will soon graduate a 4th-generation Wildcat. With this kind of commitment to Harrisonville, you know Atkinson Funeral Home will be there for you. And as always, they are proud supporters of the Harrisonville Wildcats.
Guess what? We're hiring at Culver's. That means if you're up for welcoming families with coworkers who feel like family, and you have a thing for fresh frozen custard, and for growing your career in a place you can be proud of, with a schedule that makes you smile, like, say, cheese curd smile, you're our kind of people. So join the Culver's team. Learn how you can build so much more than butter burgers. Apply at culvers.jobs.
Hi, welcome to Culver's.
There are a million places to buy a used car, so why not go somewhere you know lives by the Show Me State motto? The staff at Show Me wants to show you that Show Me spirit. Excellent service, affordable prices, and even loaners while you get your car serviced. They will put you in your dream car, truck, or SUV, and if they don't have it, they'll find it for you. So drive on over to Show Me Auto Mall and drive away with your next car.
Stop going online and paying top dollar to make a t-shirt. Call Cindy at C Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing. She will walk you through the whole process and have you or your organization looking the best. It's no mistake that Fortis Broadcasting is always the best trash crew around. We trust Cindy with all of our apparel on game day. Put a personal C Squared touch on your next order. Whether it's just 1 or 100, C Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing can get it done. Check them out on Facebook or go see them on the Clinton Square.
Competition between teammates makes for a stronger and better team. Lacey Dominick of Shelter Insurance and Cameron Chenoweth of American Family Insurance were both Wildcats on the field. Now they are competitors off the field. They know that you have many choices for insurance, so they're teaming up to offer free auto, home, and life insurance quotes. Call Lacey at 816-380-2700 or Cam at 816-380-3996 and get started on your new insurance quote today.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Harrisonville, Missouri. The Wildcat JV victorious 22-12 tonight over the visitors from Wayne Hills, New Jersey. And I'll tell you what, it's been just a fun night, Gary. And we had the appetizer tonight, and we get the main course tomorrow night. And it's going to be fun to watch, especially in the early going of that game. Both teams trying to match up. I mean, I don't think it would be rocket science for Wayne Hills to be able to find some of our game film and know who the ball might go to on our side. And I'm sure our coaching staff's done a great job of researching what Wayne Hills is going to do. And it's just going to be a fun atmosphere tomorrow night. It's a fun atmosphere tonight. They're going to go over, and both teams will be able to visit with each other, and the fans visit with each other, have some Branding Iron barbecue and all that. This is what high school football is all about. Experiences.
Yeah.
And what a better way to kick off Friday Night Lights for the Harrisonville Wildcats, taking on a team from out of state. And far as you can get out of state on about either coast up in New Jersey. So it's going to be fun. And, I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure you are as well, to just kind of see how things go tomorrow night.
Well, what I think tomorrow night, the first quarter is going to be kind of an ebb and flow quarter, because you are right. They've looked at film. They kind of know, each one of us, what each team is, some of their tendencies are, but they don't know that anybody like we would know a Webb City, or we would know an Odessa or a Warrensburg. And the same thing, we don't know any of theirs. So therefore, the first quarter is going to be an interesting quarter to me. What I really enjoyed about tonight was, though, their coach is a tremendous. Well, their whole coaching staff, but we got to spend a lot of time talking to their head coach, and he's truly a gentleman. And that's what you want to see, because you want to see that, because that's the example that they set for their children, the young men that are on the team. I mean, that's just all there is to it.
Well, and let's be real honest. When you get a team from out of state, they're excited to be here. We're excited to play them, and you have a little bit more camaraderie. As opposed to bringing Pleasant Hill down here, or bringing an Odessa or Warrensburg, because those are your rivals.
Right.
Like, their fans, they're nothing against their fans, but they want to make sure they thump us. And
right.
we want to make sure we thump them.
Oh,
so,
absolutely. At 7 o'clock tomorrow night, it's going to be all business. Don't think that, but after that, I'm sure they're going to be, shaking hands and congratulating each other. The other thing I liked about tonight was, had a couple of their fans, which is their booster club people, who came up and spent a lot of time talking to us. And I like that kind of stuff. I really do, because it gives the opportunity to be able to spend time with people that we're not going to probably ever see again. And Hopefully we will, maybe one more time. I'm going to keep prompting that.
Hint.
Yeah, hint. But hopefully that'll happen. The other thing, and I want to say this before I'm done with my stuff. Again, I said this in the pregame, and I'm going to say it in the postgame. Please keep your thoughts and prayers for our U.S. military. We lost 12 that we know of so far, and there's a lot that are still over there in harm's way. So obviously anybody that knows my background knows why I'm saying that, but please be with our military. And all the families that are going to be hurting in the next day or so because of their losing loved ones. So we need that. We need those thoughts and prayers to be out there. So please keep that in mind.
And I'll toot his horn a little bit here is for those in Wayne Hills, we're glad you joined us tonight. Gary is retired Missouri Highway Patrolman, and his son is currently a Missouri Highway Patrolman. So, they serve us here. Last year we did a fundraiser for our local law enforcement. We called it the Back the Blue ×2 for our blue, our officers here, and for our blue, our Wildcats. And we were able to raise about $3,500 for them last year. So it's close to our hearts. That's why he was talking about that. But again, I want to thank everybody from Wayne Hills for tuning in tonight. And we look forward to having all of you tomorrow night. I bet you money tomorrow night that Outback will be rocking again, and
hope so.
It'll be a fun time. We're going to wrap it up tonight. We're going to get situated so that we can get out of here, get some rest up for tomorrow, and we will see you. We'll go on at about 6:15, 6:30, depending on how the time schedule works out. We may want to go on a little bit earlier because we'll have so much to talk about. So we will talk to you guys tomorrow a little after 6. See ya then.